And hello, everyone. Hello and welcome. It is the Foxhole Fridays, and this is the Academic Foxhole, and we are playing The Gamblers, our Traveler Pirates of Drinax campaign. And I'm so thankful that you all gave us a little bit of extra time. The brand new character sheets are now live. The ones that Corifon and I have been working on.
And amazing.
They are, and I wanted to go over them with them because
Real
they're
nice.
pretty cool. They're pretty cool, and they will help me quite a lot as well, so that if ever they get into spaceship combat, I won't have to deal with juggling 5 character sheets, just one. And I'm very excited about it.
Remember all of the complaining that I've been subtly doing about character sheets and how things should be a little bit more automated and how things aren't really necessarily all in one spot. I mean, they are still in data sheets and stuff on spreadsheets. But right now, everything is now in the Roll20, which is so nice. And things auto-populate. It's great. We have an entire, we have our whole ship's ledger that was which is in our Google Sheets before, and now it's all on the Roll20. So it's all in one spot, and I couldn't be happier. Anyway, sorry, did I make this about me?
No. Look. I have been. This is something I've been working on for the last couple of months, and it is here. So I am.
So cool.
I am overjoyed for this. It's something that I've been just. If any of you play Traveler and you use Roll20, the brand new Roll20 character sheet for Traveler, the official one is here. Also, it's got compendium integration, and I don't have every single one of the compendium pieces that have been released, but I've got a lot of them. So our players can now look up stuff on the central supply catalog, and also the compendium and the main rules and high guard and all these and robots, and it's got drag and drop capability. So if you can look up some piece of equipment and you can drag it onto your character sheet, and it's all going to populate for you. Let me tell you, it is so exciting. And
7 seasons in, baby, and I can now actually track my inventory.
It's so good. I'm so excited. In an easier way. I mean, you could do before, but it was slow.
I know I could before, but this is way easier.
It's way easier. It's so exciting.
Why would I do that? Why would I do that before? I could do it way better now. Anyway, sorry, still making it about me. Anyway, back to you.
And it's especially exciting because I was able to put various bits of loot into their various ship sheets, and they happen to know because they have gotten these. They stole. Season 2, when Lindy joined us, they stole a ship, the Camelin Viper, and that Camelin Viper had an armory, and that armory has improved scout battle dress suits, and they're just hanging out there in that armory. One of them is gone because it's Sue, but there are 9 others, and those bits of armory those scout battle suits are very expensive. They're not $1 million a piece, 1 million credits a piece, but they're getting up there. But they're also really nice. If you have Vac Suit 1 or Vac Suit, they're very, very nice. They're cool. You can fly in them. They give you extra strength and dex and stealthiness and lots of armor. They're just, they're very nice. But maybe you sell them because at the moment our crew has very little money. Very, very little money. But I just wanted to share that really excitement. Oh, also, I'm currently wearing our Stone Jackal t-shirt, which you can get from our Fourth Wall store. Why? Because they're currently Stone Jackaling it up over on the planet Thieve. So I would like us to thank you for being here. How you can help us out? You can help us out by being here. And by telling everybody that we're live. That would be lovely. You can give us tips and bits, and if you leave a message for our tips and bits, then I will read that out while we are here. You can also join our Patreon. We have a Patreon, which helps pay for the cast and for any kind of commissions, which, by the way, I'm putting together the commission list for all new art for reasons which you'll find out probably really soon. But we're going to get all new art, so that's really exciting. Putting all that together, and that will, let's see, because we...
Is this in addition to the art for season 7? So like we have a batch coming in and now we're getting another batch?
No, it's that batch. It's the season 7
Okay,
art.
all right. I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
Trooper.
No.
All right, cool.
I'm hoping I can... I don't think we're going to be able to get it before the season ends, which means it's probably going to kick us off for the start of season 7, is what I'm thinking.
Which is perfect.
So that the artist... Yeah, which it'll be really
This
good.
is season 7.
Season 8 is what I meant. Sorry.
That's right.
So sorry.
That's if the audience picks us up for
We're actually going to
season
go
8.
back in time and...
That's if we're funded by the audience to do a season 8.
That's right. Let me see. What else? So Patreon. We have a special... we have a special Patreon tier called the Sponsor Tier. There are only 4 of them available. And that tier is $200, which will pay for 4 cast members for 1 show for 1 week. And if you are in that tier, you get a special shout out and special spot in the credits, and you get a radio ad made by me that will air once a month or more if I feel like it on this channel. And we have one Patreon sponsor, and that is Will and TW, who's been our sponsor and our note taker, and is just really such a wonderful person all around. Let me see. Is there anything else? Patreon tips and bits, reposting, and Fourth Wall. We have a Fourth Wall shop, which is really great. It's got really great merch on it. Not only just our shirt, we've got a whole bunch of uniform stuff, ship uniform things, which I really love. We also have got this really great planner, which is not only the planner for the year 1105 if you are GMing your own Pirates of Drinax campaign, or your own Traveler campaign set in 1105, which is the standard year for Mongoose 2nd edition. Then you can just use this as your tracker, which for me, because look, Traveler is a game where you travel quite a lot, so tracking your jump space is quite useful, I find.
Really?
But it also just so happens that the year 1105 happens to have the same day and time. The year 1105 is the year 5625 in Solomani on Earth, and the year 5625 has the same days and dates as our current year. So it is not only an in-game travel planner for 1105, it also covers the year 2026, 25, 26 from April to April. So it's also all canon, my friend, good for this year. You can pick that up. We have, I believe, 3 divination decks left, which is a really cool divination deck with 12 cards and also a poker chip for your coin of fate and a little guide to how to do your divinations. And all the art was done by rockettefox. And there are 3 left of those. So if you want to get one, you should definitely do so. And then let me see. I think I do wanted to say about YouTube. We have a brand new YouTube viewer, Paul N, who's watching season 1 right now, and I don't know when Paul N will get to this moment, but thanks for watching, Paul N. We also have a brand new Patreon, Muselch, who's one of my meine deutsche Kumpels. Thank you for joining the Patreon, Muselch. I will also note that at the moment, this is a bit of a heads up, for the streamiversary that I've got on December 20th, I'll be doing a GURPS gladiatorial arena, and it's limited to 8 gladiators, but those gladiators can be part of the community. And at the moment, for this first week, people who are members of the Patreon have the first dibs to sign up to this tournament. And then next week, that post will open up to everybody, and everybody who's part of the community can join, if there's slots left, can join up. So if you want to go and become a gladiator and fight in this GURPS tournament on the 20th for the streamiversary, please do. Follow there's a Google form to fill out. And I believe that is all of the admin that I have. So I would like our players to introduce themselves. And I would like to introduce Rocket last for a reason. And because Rocket did not watch the last episode, I'm pretty sure, which means I can ask her without her knowing stuff, which is good.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So
you missed out on some stuff. We're all dead, by the way.
Yeah, everybody's dead. Don't worry about it. Could you all tell us who you are and who you are playing? Oh, and please, if you would say who you are, who you're playing, and what terrible thing the Harlock did to your character last episode. Let's start with Lindy.
Hi, 'tis I, laughlovelindy. I'm playing Quint Vesper, and the terrible, terrible thing that the Harlock did to me last session was ignore me.
Oh
I felt
man,
really ignored.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was rough. It was rough.
Yeah.
Greg, who are you? Who are you playing? And how did the Harlock? What terrible thing did the Harlock do to your character last week?
Hi, everybody. My name is Greg, Warp Reactor over on YouTube. I play the Aslans, plural, Sotomasi, and Reese, and the horrible, no good, dirty thing that the Harlock did last time to my Aslans. She gave them everything she owns, and she knows that we took a vow of a vow of poverty,
Yeah.
and here we have all of her belongings. We've sold them, for money and whatnot.
How
but
rude.
I mean, it was still a very difficult situation to be
Yeah.
in. So
Yeah.
It was
you
super
have
awkward.
nothing. That's why your character sheet is empty. All right.
Cord, who are you? Who are you playing? And what terrible thing did the Harlock do to your character last week?
Hi, everybody, it's me, Cord, Mythematic, here on the Twitcherverse and the internet spaces. I'm playing Admiral Baron Severence, a runaway renegade clone of the Imperium, but now a fully fledged, awesome badass of the Drinaxian universe, Empire, excuse me, but soon Drinaxian universe, soon TM. But last week, the no good, awful thing that Rocket did to me, not Harlock. No, the Harlock did to me was she FaceTimed her husband in front of me. It was awful.
Yeah. Super awkward.
She could have easily just gone into a mind space and communicated that way, but she made it a big deal. So yeah, she invited me out to dinner and then she FaceTimed her husband. It was awful.
On a billboard.
Yeah.
Invited to dinner, there's an extra seat.
Yeah,
Seat
exactly.
right there.
Yeah,
It's like, what's the seat
with
for?
the monitor.
Turns
it was
the
awful.
monitor.
Yeah, it was so awkward.
And Rocket Fox, who are you? Who are you playing? And then here's the question for you.
Oh.
So last week, one of the things that happened was that it
Yes.
happened to be the Drinaxian New Year. Of course, Drinaxian years
Right. This thing happened.
are quite short. They're not particularly long. They're 48 days because they're 12 months and each month is 4 days long. So yeah, they're 48 days. They're 48 days long, which means that the brand new year happened while you were in jump space on your way to the pirate planet Thieves. And Severence made a ceremony, did the observation for the Drinaxian New Year, which involves putting sort of ash and would be sap, but usually it's like coolant, so it's like a black and green, and you do this sort of ceremony. It's one of the things that you do is that so each year there's a sun year and there's a sun year and a shadow year, right? And odd years are sun years and even years are shadow years. And one of the things that you do as part of the ceremony is that since the sun is about the self and the shadow's about the community, the other, you say what you are going to do to improve that thing that year, right? So for that particular year, 48 days, what are you planning on? You sort of pledge to do something, right? In this particular, since we're into a shadow year, it becomes you sort of say what you plan on improving for the community, right? How do you plan to improve the community this particular coming year? So the question I would ask is, would you, a princess of Drinax, participate in this New Year's ceremony, or would you not? That's question A.
Oh, I thought you were going to be all questions first. Okay, so...
Question B only matters depending on what the answer of question A.
Oh, yes, okay.
That's true.
I feel like the Harlock would partake.
Okay, so then you have the question B, which is, what would your pledge be?
So I think the first thing I think the Harlock would say is that she will, for the next year, consider taking suggestions from the crew.
Okay, is that improve the community or does it improve the self?
It improves the community because individuals allegedly like to be heard when they can't do the mind thing. So apparently they need to speak for these things to happen, and they've been very weirdly uncomfortable about their minds being probed. It's,
Mm-hmm,
I, for
mm-hmm,
one, don't understand it, but it seems to be the way that they like to do things. So.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And although, to be fair, although I think that would be the first thing she'd say because she's been in a mood, but I think realistically, she would be looking for ways that she can kind of individually connect, um, you know, and like just do something
Mm-hmm.
for the other people. I don't think she would say
Mm-hmm.
that. I think that would be an inside thought.
Do you think it hard?
Mm, probably not in that moment.
But I
I
mean, do
think
you think it?
that's uh, not at the ceremony. No,
So you do not make that pledge during the ceremony.
no. I think it would be something she'd already been kicking around.
Okay.
Um,
Please note, so it is said, so it is done. You will get a boon, not when you're trying to connect with others, because you did not make that pledge during the ceremony in the ritual way, but to speak to the crew members. You will be getting boons in that context.
I'll take it.
But that is only because some people, and I'm going to say by some people I mean the admiral, made sure that this was done in front of the Viridian of the ship. That
Well,
this,
the Viridian would have wanted to see, I imagine. So
yes, but could have just done it in the galley, but didn't. Right? Did it in front of the Viridian. So the planet has made note of your pledges and will try to aid you in fulfilling them, because that is what the planet does. And I'm your GM, and we will begin. So when last we left our crew, there is a thing I do need to tell you, but you will find out sort of in a way. When last we left our crew jumped into the secret fuel depot, refueled, then jumped again to the pirate planet Theve. Theve itself it's in this particular system. And this is where I need to go and let you all know a couple of things that'll be a little bit important about the Traveler universe and data, and things that are known and things that are not known. But you all arrived at the planet Theve, in the Theve system, the planet Theve, and you arrived, and there is the high port. There is a moon that has a high port built into it with a lot of guns, and actually there are a lot of guns everywhere in this system in little asteroids, and so when you're flying in towards the planet, you're flying through a kill box, actually, just in case. And you all have not been flying in with your transponder is off. You have not turned it back on again. It is completely off. And when you arrived and you got in close, they were like, give us your codes or we'll kill you, basically. And the code was given, which was but the mountain, within a whole bunch of text. And you were given permission to land on the planet itself. The planet is like Mars. It's very much a desert, sort of dusty planet. And there's one big city which has got where you land, where there's the downport. And the downport, they look like lots and lots of beetles, because they're all these sort of black domes. With each individual ship will sort of dock in one of these black domes. The dome will open up, you land on it, and the dome seals on top of you, which you might think means you cannot escape. But it's true, you could not. They'd have to open the dome for you to leave. But it's so that all the dust that's on this planet does not ruin everything, because it is very dusty. The dust is harsh and rough. But you've got a sort of like an upper city with full of like skyscrapers, and you've got this lower city. Now, I need to say something for you all to know, and that is that there is that wonderful traveler map that exists, and the traveler map is awesome. Travelermap.com. It's got all of the planets and all their information. But one thing you should know about that map is that map represents all of the information that has been gathered by the Imperial Scout Service. And the Imperial Scout Service has only done these like massive surveys. They do like minor surveys and update, but they don't do them that often. So that information that's in there might be out of date. It may not always be accurate. And it might also, there's some things in there. So one thing I wanted to let you know is that this system on all official maps, and most people who know about the system do not call it thief. They call it, hold on, I wrote it down. Where did I put it? I put it over here. Where are you? Welcome packet. Here. Outrimer is the name that is in the official Imperial survey. So most people know. So there is a pirate planet that people have heard rumors about called Thieves. Certain people, Severence, happen to know where Thieves is, and it is the planet Outrimer in the Outrimer system. If you know about the rumors of a pirate planet, you don't know which one it is. You don't know, is Thieves the Outrimer system? Is it is it the Drinax system? Is it like Torrance? It's like there's like a rumor that there is a pirate planet out there, but nobody knows. That's clearly a code name, right? So the official name for Thieves is Outrimer. That's what people know it by. So somebody's like, oh, I'm going to Outrimer, right? And they don't know that it is also Thieves. So it's like a Thieves is like a secret name for this particular place. So let's dive in. You all have just arrived on this planet. You have, which is like full of dust. And when you have stepped off, I will note a couple of things. I think it's just, important to note that when you arrived with your transponder off, you were sent specifically down port. You were given the VIP entrance. What you know from Kirsch is that no one is allowed onto the planet surface without the special codes. That's actually quite important. The ship has landed, and we have people leaving the ship to see what it is all about on Thieves. You know that there's a woman named Mira Silverhand, who is the lieutenant of Ferric Redthame, the person you're trying to find, and that she is on this planet trying to go and negotiate with one of the pirate lords to get some kind of alliance, some kind of protection. You also know that Ferric Redthame is not on this planet. He's not here because he cannot be here because he will be killed because Admiral Darrakin is not happy with him for some reason. So she's here to negotiate some kind of alliance, some kind of protection with one of the pirate lords. You also know that the two most likely for her to go visit would be Peter Vallis and Hrawl Irontooth. These are the two pirate lords that are most likely the ones that she would go and visit. So you know all of that. But at the moment, you're just stepping off the ship. And the people stepping off the ship are Kirsch, are Sotomasi, are the Admiral, the Harlock, I believe, Quint. Who else is stepping off the ship? Who's allowed to leave the ship and who is not? That's what I would like to know.
I don't think Wesley should leave the ship in this port. For his own well-being.
There was a moment when I thought, oh, it'd be cool. And then logic got the better of me, and I agree.
You agree.
And also, if Reese isn't feeling particularly well, he can keep her company on the ship too. If she's staying on the ship.
Yeah, she's staying on ship.
Yeah,
I think they would both enjoy that quite a bit. So.
They can stay, but they have the option. I don't want to restrict anybody from.
But I imagine you want to make sure there's at least one person on board the ship doing security.
Yeah.
But at this very moment, who's in your away party?
I think it's good to start with the group we have, and then we can have Malcolm and... Malcolm's with us. I think Karine can come off in a bit. Maybe make sure everything's secure.
Okay.
Because I doubt she's going to sit here and listen to Blacksand Widow, but if Quint comes and be like, hey, here's the gist, might listen to that.
Right.
Here's what to do.
We should probably leave all of our like NPC fighters and people
On the
back.
ship. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like a BioWare game. Like
Okay. Just wanted to know.
Yeah.
So as you've stepped off the ship with Kirsch, you are greeted by a Blacksand widow.
Kirsch is a. Oh, I don't know if Rocket knows this, but Kirsch is a VIP.
Right. Seemingly a
Yeah.
VIP because he gave us codes to land on this.
Yeah, I just didn't.
On
I don't
the
remember that
planet.
being in the recap as the VIP status being mentioned. So
But
Not-
also,
okay.
but this is also very, very important that it was Severence who gave the codes over, and he made an extraordinary success in delivering this. And this is actually very,
Surprise to
very
no one.
important. But this is very, very important for reasons that you may find out about right about now. The Blacksand Widow is this woman. She looks maybe in her 30s, although it's a little unclear. She has clearly had quite a lot of cybernetics.
Work
She's
done.
wearing a lot of work done. Is that work just plastic surgery, or
No,
you know.
it's metal surgery.
it's a lot of that, really. And she's wearing these sort of long black robes, which means you really cannot tell how well armed or armored she is, probably on purpose, just as a moment. And she is waiting with this smile as you all exit this ship, the Gambler, or the Stone Jackal, as the case may be.
yes,
That's
yes,
right.
we're definitely not on the Gambler here.
And you have your holographic hull up, as a matter of fact.
Yep, because
Yeah.
we don't want to get shot more than necessary.
And she
More than
smiles
necessary
at
at all.
Well,
you know.
yeah.
And she smiles
Ideally.
at you all. And she says, "Welcome to Thieves." And she looks at all of you, and she looks at Kirsch, and she says, "Kirsch." And you see her like looking up, like she's thinking for a moment. She says, "It has been a while since you've been here. I see you're in here with a different ship." And he goes, yeah. I'm here on the Stone Jackal at the moment. And she thinks for a moment, she goes, "We don't have records of the Stone Jackal docking here before. But she sort of thinks, and she looks at everybody here's present. Nobody else has said anything yet.
Nope.
She says, "Who did our high port speak to coming in?"
That would be me, comms officer.
She pauses, she thinks, she goes, "Yes, that's right. It was you. To whom am I speaking?"
Give your pirate.
I know.
I'm so excited.
I haven't thought of a pirate name to right now.
I thought you had one already. You were
Did I?
The Corsair?
Corsair?
Oh, I could just say that, right?
You could just say the
that's
Corsair.
still... Right, okay. Right, I was thinking of like a different...
Now, the
secret
Corsair's more
pirate
of a
name.
secret, yeah, like
It is, it's a bit more of
red
a-
hands. Yeah,
There are a lot of Corsairs, so that may not be specific enough, but, you know.
No, but the Corsair.
right.
The.
I think, like, the
Or
Corsair
you could just
Severence
come up
probably...
with a cool new pirate name on the spot right now. That's what we have to call you for the whole time we're here.
Oh. Yes.
Corsair Civ. Just Civ.
I am Corsair Comms Officer Greenglass.
Green glass.
Mm-hmm. You see her thinking for a moment. It's just,
That's so cool.
You have not, to our knowledge, visited the planet before, but it is clear from speaking with you that you are authorized to be here. Welcome. Your status as a VIP has been confirmed. And then she turns to Kirsch, and she says, Kirsch, you are also welcome. As your specific, she says to all of you, welcoming committee, could I have each of your names? She doesn't write anything down, and she looks to the Harlock.
She doesn't need to.
She does not need to. Mm-mm.
Our transponder was off, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh,
it is.
yes.
It's still off.
I believe.
So
yeah,
we didn't
yeah,
send
yeah.
any information of who we are.
Nope.
Nope.
None.
We can say whatever we want here. And that'll be for the Stone Jackal's records, and we have to go back inside and write them down so we don't forget.
Stone Jackal here.
Yeah, the Stone Jackal here at least, which
yeah,
could be
I,
good to keep it everywhere, but you know.
I just also wanted to be known that I've been sort of looking at Kirsch before I would speak, as but saying, but also implying that I'm looking for
Yeah.
permission from Kirsch.
Yeah.
Kirsch mission.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there is some sort of like subtle look I can do to everyone and to sort of let them know and see what it is I'm doing. I did make it very clear that I was comms officer and not, and I didn't.
That's in my notes.
Yeah, and I didn't say that I was the admiral or a corsair or captain.
Comms Officer Green Glass.
Yeah.
Sick name, by the way. I like it.
It is really good. I feel like that's
Yeah, that's a smart idea, actually. Yeah.
Give me if you would give me a leadership role.
Yeah, leadership sounds like it would make sense.
But before you do, hold on. Let me just check one thing. I want to make sure I get this right. You're
Or streetwise, but I think probably.
you were acting for the benefit of the crew, not just the cell.
Am I?
Well, that was your pledge.
That is my
was your
pledge. But I think I am.
If that is your pledge, you may roll with a boon.
Leadership. Boon. Leadership. Boom.
Boom.
Boon and boom. 8.
That is a marginal success. Would you like to spend a mark?
Wait, where's my what was I was using leadership as social? Yeah. I
It'd be just one.
do not want to spend any luck.
Interesting. That means there'll be a minor consequence there.
For making it work? For getting a success?
Uh-huh.
Oh. Then I will spend a luck.
Fine, I will not give you a minor consequence. It's fine. So you get a sense, everybody, he successfully communicates with you subtly that we're going with
Fake names.
seems, but not just nicknames, I would say persona, right? That's something that you can then use more regularly, right? And Kirsch, who's not the sharpest stick, does pick up on it though. And he just sort of,
Good.
like, you know,
Good, because I spent that.
That's probably the best.
Good.
Yeah.
That was probably what I just spent it on. Okay,
He
cool.
sniffs
yes,
the
that
air.
is,
Yeah.
that is
Goes,
exactly.
I see what you're putting down. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly
He
what you...
will. He'll be like, yes.
Yes, on our ship, the Stone Jackal. You know? Yeah.
But maybe as like people look towards me, I sort of
Yeah.
maybe make it look like a twitch, but I'm pointing my nose at
Yeah.
Kirsch. At least I like green glass. Okay, and then so that's sort of the message I wanted to send to everybody.
And she turns to the Harlock, but before she can say anything, Kirsch sort of, sort of butts in first and goes, "Has my ship arrived? My old ship? Did they show up? Did they get here?"
That's a good question.
And she smiles, and she says, she thinks for a second. She goes, "No, they have not. Are you expecting them?" And he says, "If they show up, will you let me know? I have business with them. She smiles. Of course. And now, you, to whom am I speaking? She says to the Harlock.
The Harlock will step forward and then hold a hand out, kind of this, that way.
Mm-hmm. She takes it, and her hand is gloved, but hard underneath the leather. Probably cybernetic.
Well, hello, darling. My name is Captain Spike.
Captain Spike. She
It's
smiles
a pleasure
at
to
you.
meet you. And then
A pleasure
Harlock just
to meet you.
and kind of steps back.
Captain Spike. And she just thinks about it for a second, and then she turns over to Quint.
A short
To
circuit.
whom am I speaking?
Ariel.
Ariel. And you are?
I am the pilot.
She smiles. A good pilot is hard to find. And you are, she says to Sotomasi.
Soto nods in respect and says, Ketrava, I'm a meat eater.
She smiles, and she says, here on Thieves, you should be able to find quite a few bits of meat that are fashioned for your specific... She thinks about it, and she's trying to make sure she says everything respectfully, and she's thinking about it. Gut biome. We have quite a few Aslan who visit.
He smiles, and it's very off-putting as he says, I'm not here to eat.
She smiles. Good to know. And you, she turns to Malcolm, and he goes, I'm a gunner?
Wait. Retcon. Did we want to put all NPCs on the ship?
Yes, you did. Yes, you
I
did.
think so, yeah.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah,
cool. Sorry.
And she
Give
And
thank you
Malcolm
for
just
that.
backs away onto the ship.
Yeah.
Whoosh.
Wait, hold on.
Not even moves his feet. He just slides up like
yeah.
a peanut.
I
butter
reload
first
the
back
scene.
into the ship.
Yep, I quickly menu, reload, quick save. All right, perfect.
And she looks to Soto and she goes, and your position on the ship?
His position on the ship.
And I think Harlock would just kind of jump in and
Meat
try and get her
eater.
attention. He's our security, darling.
Good. Good to know. I'm here to give you your welcome packet to Thieves. I am the Blacksand Widow. And if you have any questions, you should be able to find me here on the city, and I can assist you. Since you came in with your transponder off, you were routed to the secondary comms welcome. Please note, Captain Spike, I'm going to give you all the rules for Thieves.
Of course.
Please refer... There are times when people who are not in the know are authorized to be in the Upper City. So please refer to this place as Outrimer while you are here.
Of course.
Next. And she just smiles. It must be reiterated that there are our own sorts of laws in this place. And I am here to make sure you know what they are. We wish for... And she pauses for a moment. And she says, we appreciate peace and quiet for all of those places that follow the law of the Lords. All the places that follow the law of the Lords is the skull itself in the High Port, here in the Upper City. And in the Lower City any building that currently has red flags attached to it is at that moment under the protection of the law of the lords. In all places that is protected by the law of the lords, you are to be respectful and help maintain a civilized and respectful environment. We value polite and discreet behavior at all times. Please mind the laws of the lords. These are the laws: no murder, no violence, no theft, no weapons fire. In short, when you are in places that follow the law of the lords, commit no crimes, and do not be rude, and do not be unsubtle. Take no actions, and speak no words that might offend the calm and the tranquility of the city, Upper City, or of the Skull. There is also, no matter where you are on this place, a ban on any weapons that might break the seal, the environmental seals of this city, for our safety and yours. Also, this is a law that you all will be told. You may not give out the access codes to the planet itself to anyone who is unauthorized to do so. The punishment for any unacceptable behavior or breaking any of our laws is immediate execution, carried out by me, or any of me, and you will recognize any Blacksand Widow by our robes. Further, you are not to impede any Blacksand Widow about our business. If we are on duty, and we are doing something, do not impede. If you see me, or anyone like me, I am on duty. Please note that we have a data net on the High Port and also here on the Upper City that maintains a regularly updated alert system noting when we have carried out any sentences for the day. You can always peruse this whenever you wish. Sentences carried out, updated regularly. That said, there is another set of laws that you must be aware of. It is the laws of the street. The laws of the street hold sway. Any place that is not the Skull, or the Upper City, or that is not protected by red flags. For the laws of the city, the street, well, there really are no laws of the street. You may be robbed, killed, stabbed, or rob or kill or stab anyone at any time. It is a rougher place. There was some trade, of course, in those places, scrap, but it is the place where those who cannot afford to be under the protection of the lords are relegated. Some good gambling, I have been told, but I would not go to those places, the lower city, without protection. They are somewhat impolite.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you so much for the information. We will surely be calling on you if we need anything.
Before I take my leave of you, I will alert you of some things that you may find of interest. Blacksand, mostly the Upper City, mostly exists through... Most people do not exist outside of the city. I'm sorry. In the atmosphere. You will want a rebreather if you step outside, although in the upper city no one does. It is clean, pleasant. You should be able to get from all the places you need to get to without being exposed to the outer atmosphere. Places of interest. The Grand Hotel. It is the largest hotel in this place. It is the biggest and best hotel in this place. It mostly caters to visitors. Sometimes those visitors might be... And she pauses. Thinks. Imperial visitors. They have been given authorization to visit the Grand Hotel. They are not well versed in the nature of this planet, and we should keep them that way. There are some other hotels, of course, that are visible. There is also the Cliff District. There are many corporations there, and they specialize in armaments, mercenary forces, technologies. Guests who do not have the authorization should not be going to those places. I say this because you have authorization. Please be aware you should not be sharing this information with others who are not authorized. There are the shipyards where you can get any sort of thing done. There's the Rose Pavilion, a very exclusive restaurant where people have meetings. It's quite secure. Please note, there is the camp, the Ashardan camp. That is a unfortunate place. Although, if you are at the camp, you are lucky that you're not in the lower city. Please be aware that people are quite desperate in the camp. But the camp is a place where people have useful skills to be hired, unlike the lower city. The lower city, well, the less said about the lower city, the best. Do you have any questions?
Well, I can't think of a question I have. Gang. And Harl kind of looks around at everyone else.
None.
Seems pretty clear.
Excellent. Please enjoy your stay here on Outrimer. Mind the widows. And while you enjoy the law of the lords, please be respectful, polite, and tranquil. She smiles.
Well, you don't have to worry about us. We will be nothing but demure and mindful.
She smiles. Again, weapons that will breach our environmental seals are banned everywhere. Other than that, enjoy your stay. And she just looks at all of your faces. She smiles, and she turns as she heads out. You have this massive dome, and it's all black. You can't see outside of it, but there's like a walkway that she sort of walks through, and that will be the walkway for you to exit your docking spot.
And she lets us. Does she leave us, or is she?
She just leaves.
Us?
She's
Okay.
no, she's not escorting you. She's just
All right.
she leaves.
Yeah,
And
I
you're
think the idea is we don't see them unless they're coming to get us.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
maybe don't want to see them again. You know what I mean? Like if you see them, it's maybe
Yeah.
not the best thing.
Makes sense.
You
Okay.
are in your docking. You're at your berth, and Kirsch goes, great.
That was.
Just out of curiosity for the audience and my own personal amusement, when she was like, "You may not give out the codes to anyone unauthorized," is Kirsch just sweating a little bit during a
little panting.
a little,
Just immediately.
but I'm going to note, if you had not gotten extraordinary success when you gave the codes, it would have been a real problem for him.
I bet it would have been. We wouldn't have a curse anymore, I don't think. It'd be like, well, you have the codes now, I guess.
But
been
luckily, yeah, there'd be some interviews. Yes. What do you all do?
But good job on that extraordinary success.
Oh yeah, good job, because could have been a real problem. Because you just don't give those codes to anyone who doesn't need to have the codes. You know? So you are here. You've got a week on this planet. What would you like to do? There's trade. There's a person to track down. There's some possible pirate lords that she might talk to. What are you going to do?
So we have
So much.
We have so much. This is great. Wonderful times. We have a bunch of piecemealed combat battle suits that we should sell, that we could sell. Or
Yeah, we
5
could
of
sell.
them are
If we
good.
could keep our
Yeah.
complete good ones and sell the piecemeal ones, because at least they would fetch money for parts. Because I'm
Right.
sure not all of it, you know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And this
Okay.
would be the best place to sell highly illegal parts
Oh,
of
yeah,
battle
yeah, yeah,
suits.
yeah. 100%.
So we sell the
I would-
the piecemeal ones.
Right. I would much rather sell those here and not the side drugs. So yeah, I will. I'm gonna just immediately get to work. I take out my wrist.
So if we have 5 of the good ones too, we have enough to fit out our own crew for missions. Should
Yeah, we have 5 of the
as
good
well.
ones. Right. And yeah, so I am going to make note of the 4 that are sort of in pieces. And I'm going to look to try to go sell that. I will let everyone know I'm going to go look for some speculative trade and see if we can offload some junk. This seems to be a wonderful place to do that. And also, let's not forget why we are here and who we are looking for.
Yes. I will look into what information I can find on said individual. Severance, be careful.
Of course.
I'm going to note something for you all. That you have some
Green
legal
glass.
green glass. You have some legal goods. Those are 2 different brokers, and it can take up to 6 days to find a broker. So to look for
You said up to.
up to 6 days. Yep.
Yeah, don't worry about that. We have up to 7, but we'll be fine.
So the
Not to
question is, there are to find an illegal broker that's going to be Streetwise Education or Social. To find a regular broker that will be Education, Social plus broker. Would you like to split up that task to locate someone so that 2 people are doing it at the same time?
One of them
And
is
it's just to
broker, and
find
what was the other one? Sorry, what was the
Streetwise.
two?
One is broker, one is Streetwise.
I know the Harlock and I both have Streetwise. So
Yeah, I
if
can
you
do
want one of us to
streetwise.
Right.
I think
I
we're only
will.
broker.
I do have Streetwise too. I forgot.
Yeah, I think I'm the
Look
only
at
broker. Yeah.
But you're the only one who actually has broker, I think. So.
Right.
Now, I will
before
note
everybody
that
decide-
doing the actual trading is not the same thing as finding them, right? One is just
Finding
actually
it, yeah.
finding them.
We can have Severance. We just have to find them, and then Severance could do all the trading. Yeah.
Yep.
Correct.
We have to find them.
Well, I mean, this is sort of I mean, I guess we're all sort of still in the maybe that once she left, it's a little bit more relaxed. Maybe we can pull down the.
I also pull up the
the-
net and just
the-
check to see what sentences the Blacksand Widows of it have pulled out that day, because I just morbidly
Maybe
curious.
who's died?
Who's died?
Oh,
And for
oh,
why?
you checked.
Right.
Oh, that's okay. Well, so when you check,
I just think
the
it could be good
sentences.
to know before we do stuff, rather than surprise. There's a Blacksand Widow.
so I
I just want to see how many people die from being rude,
Yeah. So
because that is one of the rules.
it is one of the rules. You know how in places with like good laws, they will give you like the name and the place and the time and like what it is that people did and who it was that was killed. That does not always happen here. Sometimes you have this like list of entries and they are updated. So far, there's been like 35 of them.
Just today?
Just today.
Within the hour? Or, you know, like how regularly?
So far, it's been like 6 hours. In the last 6 hours, there's been about 35 of them.
Sure.
Which, you know, is great. I think I would let you know that they are not very clear what happened. It just says sentence handed out. And then one person, right? And it's so, like, out of the 35, most of them just don't even say who it was or what they did or who did it.
Okay, cool.
Just how many people were
That's good marketing.
killed.
You know? Because let me guess, the sentences are never not death. I'm just gonna
they're never not death. They're always death. They're always death.
It's always death.
It's always
It
death.
is always death. There is, however, every once in a while, you can see a name. Not often. There was one that gives you a name. What seems to be important is not necessarily who it was, the actual name of the person doesn't seem important, but what does seem important is that it notes Imperial Traitor.
Oh.
Right, that is a name of an imperial citizen. They give you the name, and then it says violence, right? Crime, violence. And that's it. So it looks to you like, let me put it this way. People might die and you would never find out about it. If they have named you, it is probably because, and it also has like the name of the ship, right? So it looks like this is probably a ship. And it says also the skull. So this person sentence was handed out on the skull itself. And this is probably some kind of paperwork so that people know.
You gotta have to leave a paper trail for specific people. But all these other people, we don't care about paper trails for them.
Don't care about them at all.
That's great. Cool. Thanks, Troop.
Or they're Imperials, but not Imperial enough that we care about it. Like, you know, there's just a lot of...
cool.
Yeah.
That'd be good to know.
Right, so when the Blacksand Widow leaves, I am assuming it's a little bit more casual. I make my way over towards our docking ramp, or our cargo ramp. I lower it, and I start to do like a rudimentary breeze over of cargo and things that we could sell. But also, I mention that it's going to probably be relatively easy to find a seller here, but I could use some help. And I do have other. I think I'm standing up on the ramp. There is obviously a little bit of a power shift, or at least in Severance's mind, there's a bit of a power shift as he goes up. Does a rudimentary, like the act of him being the quartermaster is still obviously a thing, but he does turn, and that's when he starts to then. He mentions Captain Spike, if you could help me find a broker, that would be wonderful. And also, actually, I think it's best if you and Soto track down the person of interest we are here for, and also Quint, if you would come in. This is meanwhile up, up on the cargo ramp, still like turning around and then just ordering. And Quint, if you could assist me in finding a potential buyer for some of these things. Quint, I have a special assignment for my assistant in this.
All right.
That sounds
very good.
Acceptable to me.
Good. I don't mean to step on anybody's toes, Captain, but I think this is something we should all split up and do, especially with our roles and our specialties.
Well, I would always defer to the Admiral.
I am but a mere quartermaster. As I step off the cargo ramp.
You step off, and you go into a like a tube, right? That there's a tube that will sort of lead you out of this, of your berth. And if you, let me see, you're at the map right now. And let me show the audience. So here in the map, let me zoom in a little bit. All right, you all are here. This is where all of the berths are. But to get to the rest of the place, and this whole area here is the upper city. Never do you actually leave a covered space. You walk through these big tubes and these walkways, and they're clear as you're walking out, and you can see like this super dusty, messy sort of sprawling vista, but in front of you, this glittering, gleaming skyscrapers of the upper city. And this place is you're gonna be taking a walkway directly, like when you come through, you're going to be walking through these shipyards, and it's the which is number 4 here, boop, right there, and that is the Kalos shipyards, and this is where you could get modifications on your ships. You can buy equipment for ships. You know, and you're sort of making your way through. And the thing about this place is that it is gleaming, and it is clean, and it is absolutely wealthy and delicate. It is also extremely high tech. Most of the planets you've been on so far have not had the highest technology because they've been bombed a whole lot, you know. But imagine the wealthiest pirate oligarchs in the entire area have concentrated their wealth here. So you've got these like beautiful hotels, and everything is wealthy and rich and luxurious, and there is no dirt anywhere on the inside. Outside is all dirt all the time, but the inside is just beautiful and gleaming. And you are heading towards, right, the Grand Hotel, which is where you sort of come through. And it is, there's a real sort of sense as you're walking through. I need a roll from everybody. I need your vibe check roll. What kind of, how do you want to gather your vibes? It might be through recon. It might be through deception, leadership, whatever is the way you want to kind of read people in this place.
Broker.
Recon, you say?
It can be anything you like, but it'll all give you different things. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
They will give you different things.
Trooper, do you want recon intellect or like recon social? Like, what am I supposed to be observing here? Like, if you wanted something just to catch like the
intellect
bent of people?
Intellect to catch the bent. Yeah. So whatever skill you want to use will be intellect based to sort of get the vibe of, and it can be, again, you can pick any skill that you think you want to use that as the way to get information about this place. Deception, nice. Recon, What about the rest of our crew?
Can I do a broker?
Recon? You can do a broker.
There's a couple things I wanted to say too. Now, given the order, Soto will go wherever Severance tells him to go. But in walking through this area, especially because it's higher tech, anybody that would notice, Soto has added subtle, like, dyed lines to his fur. Anything
you're celebrating the new year.
Yeah, anything for facial recognition for an Aslan.
Yeah.
It looks for the configuration of the fur coloring, and so
that makes sense.
Yeah,
he's changed that a bit.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Can I do streetwise?
You may.
Yeah, I'll do streetwise.
And then I will give each of you some information based on what you notice. Excellent.
I did broker because I'm already doing broker. I'm in the broker mood.
Soto, that's a marginal success. Would you like to spend luck?
Yes, because I know marginal successes mean abject failures. So yes, I will spend.
No, it just means like a little excitement is all it means. Not a big excitement.
Yeah, I'm spending a
Just
lot.
one is good. Let's start with recon. So what you notice with the recon is that there are two types of people, you would say. People who seem to be tourists and people who seem to not be tourists. You all read as not tourists. Tourists laugh a little too loud. They spend a little bit too much money. They have imperial accents for the most part because you're not that far from the Third Imperium. And they seem to be mostly people who are here for... They seem to have a lot of money and they're here to like, oh, there's a casino, right? To sort of like have a lovely time while they're passing through. Is sort of like the vibe you're getting. But what you notice, what you don't notice, I think this is the best way to put it, is security. For your recon, you don't notice security hardly at all. Every once in a while, you'll notice some people who are in kind of similar black, not robed, but they're wearing sort of black uniforms. They are what I would call obvious security, but there are not that many of them. And they seem to be mostly there for answering questions and directing traffic. Like if you had a question, you would go and you would speak to them. But there is a distinct lack of people with... There's a distinct lack of security. I would say disturbing lack of security is the way I would put it, right? And you're like, oh, okay, all right. There are clearly people here who have been given access, but probably are just, enjoying expensive things. As you sort of look around, you cannot see them, but you know that they're there. Like there was like a little flash over there. Like you saw like the widow, the Blacksand widow, you saw her just like turn a corner. But because you did make your security, you notice down this way, right? You see this Blacksand widow, she, the woman that you met, she turns the corner. And as you're walking in a whole different direction, you see the same woman, maybe the same woman, turn a different corner. You're like, oh. And as you're walking, you realize that there are a lot of these Blacksand widows, and they all look mostly the same. And you just catch them like in the corner of your eye, and they're not paying attention to you, right? They're just doing their business. But generally speaking, you do not see security. Every once in a while, you catch one. In that sort of slightly disturbing way. Question, Soto, before I move on?
Nope. Just verifying the lack of weapons with punch.
You're
Is
not
anyone
really seeing
carrying like assault rifles or anything like that?
Generally speaking, no. I would say this is a weird question. I think the question is, the general vibe is no. However, there are people who are fairly heavily armed, but you don't see them hanging out in the nice hotels. You see them, or maybe leaving the nice hotel, going somewhere else, right? Like, it's not illegal to have very dangerous weapons as long as you don't break the environmental seals. But those people who have them or who are sporting them are probably on their way to the lower city. Is right,
Okay.
or the...
So it's okay to have a weapon, say, under your cloak and not have to return it to the Stone Jackal.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
But
just hypothetically.
Hypothetically,
speaking.
right.
Absolutely. But the people who do have weapons, none of them seem to be tourists, right? And all of them they're not being flashy about it. They're not necessarily hiding it or like concealing their weapons, but they have them down, they have them stowed. They're not in any way being threatening. But there are people who have armor and who have weapons, but they all tend to be... They look to you like they're heading off towards the lower city, is what you're thinking, where you probably want to have those things. Just don't flash around. But, as you're looking from your recon, you're like, oh, there are a lot of very dangerous people who are here who are leaving the space. But generally speaking, up in this space, most people are not super armed. And the security doesn't seem to be very visible, but it's here.
Right.
Mm-hmm. The Harlock. No, we're gonna get a Quint first. Quint next with your streetwise. Quint. Okay. You have been around rich people.
I have. Mm-hmm.
You've been around poor people. You've been around a lot of people.
Been around.
You have been around. I will tell you this: there are no poor people here at all. 0 poor people.
Yep.
Anywhere in the Upper City that you have seen.
They've all
so
been
far.
shuttled off elsewhere. It's illegal for them to be here, basically.
That is correct.
I know how it works.
You do know how it works. They are not visible. They're in other places. But it's you see lovely people chatting with other lovely people. But here's the thing: you've met people who are criminal but rich, and there are quite a lot of criminal but rich people here. They're not the tourists, though, right? You get a sense there are a lot of people here who
I've been
are
a spy. I can read the room.
a lot of people here who are very, very well off, but they've got the mob boss vibe. Like, there's a lot of mob boss, pirate bosses in this space, or pirate adjacent. The wealthy, ruthless people who may not be pirates,
there's
but
a lot of like mafioso lady dress is like super in fashion. Like,
yes,
yeah, the black and with the big hat. Oh yes, I love it. I live.
There's a lot of that, and you've got this sort of like a mix of people who are clearly oligarchs, pirate oligarchs in their own way. Something that you might find interesting, at least, is that you see what you would count as like lieutenants rather than bosses quite a lot. And there's a lack of gang signs in the sense that you're not always certain who belongs to whom, right? There's a lot of front businesses here and there. You have to kind of know who you're looking for. And there are a lack of names. It's very interesting. There's a lot of like, the company of the chrysanthemum, like these kind of things that where if you don't know who you're looking for, it's hard to find out who you're looking for. The Harlock. No, you get to go last because your deception's interesting. Severence. You take a kind of a look-see. You kind of like take an assessment of this place. One thing you're going to note is that this seems to be a place where there is trade that happens here, right? There's like it should work. Make sure it's equipment that you're dropping. What you notice,
thank you.
Right? Because rather than armor or right, one of the things you will notice is that there is
That did it.
business here that is like there are markets and business that are less sketchy. One of the things that you notice seems to be very, very a major industry here on this planet is mercenaries. There are a lot of mercenary companies here. You can contract with mercenaries. You can contract mercenary companies, well-armed mercenary companies. Like you can see, right? You don't necessarily see the mercenaries themselves, but you see the fronts. If you wanted to like purchase an army, this might be one of the places to go. Mercenary company. This seems to be a place where they can manufacture, and people from all over the area who are well-armed, experienced combatants, mercenaries come to this place. It seems to be like an exchange, right? For like a big mercenary exchange, which you may not have expected, but it turns out this is a big mercenary exchange. Big, expensive, well-armed and well-funded mercenaries. I would also tell you, as with a broker, this is probably one of the most high-tech and advanced places you've been at all. It rivals Drinax's level of technological sophistication, but this is also a very small place. Like there's not a, it's a big massive city, but you don't get the sense there's a lot of anything else here besides that.
Right.
Okay. So it's not like, let me put it this way, it's not like their wealth comes from, they probably don't have a lot of, they probably import a lot of stuff, like, is what I'm going to tell you, right? You know, like, they're not making food here, right? They're probably importing a lot of stuff. So it's kind of like one of these places that's all, it's like I don't know, the Cayman Islands or something, you know what I mean? Like, but it's like one of these kind of like, tax havens, I guess. There is a lot you can get here, but one thing you're going to note is that you're going to want to, there's a little bit too much. You want to get the right people in the right places. There's also legitimate trades. You have to make sure that and not everybody's read in on everything. You notice when you're kind of looking around, so you want to sort of think about that. But as you're sort of like, how do I put this? If you had things that were international war crime type of items, you could probably buy or sell them here, actually. Like if you had terrible biological chemical weaponry that you wanted to sell, you could sell it here. Nuclear bombs, yeah, you could probably sell that here too. There's like, there's some slightly disturbing things on the market here, but the tourists wouldn't know about it. But you see that this is a place. It's a pretty good broker skill, because that's an extraordinary success with broker. So you're gonna be able to roll with a boon to find people for your to locate folks.
Hell yeah.
Off the top. I think what I will tell you is, for your trading for this one will be with boons. I have to put it this way. You don't know how many pirate lords there are or who they are. That seems to be unclear. Some people have names, some people don't. But you do get the sense, how do I put this? Extraordinary success. There is a lot of money here. There's a lot of technology here. There's a lot of trade here. Not all of it is not all coming from piracy. I think that's the best way I can put it. Clearly mercenary stuff is not piracy work, but you get the sense that there is a lot of wealth here that is not, clearly the wealth here is not ancestral, because this planet does not look like it's done well. Like all this is pretty new in certain ways. And you get the sense that not all the pirate lords are pirates. They might be pirate adjacent, they might be smugglers, they might be but you get the sense that there is a lot more wealth here than seems normal for a pirate haven. I think that's the best way to put it. There is other money coming through here from somewhere, but you're not quite certain where. Although you did get an extraordinary success, so I'm going to have to give it to you. Do you want it?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought you might. It's a small thing. It's not a big thing. It's a very small thing. Not much. There was somebody talking to somebody else. You kind of pass somebody, talking to somebody on a comms, and you recognize the person on the other line as being a GDCO representative that you've seen before. And when you
They're in the area.
When you look, you're like, I think GDCO has a presence here. It's not obvious. It's not official.
Yeah, it can't be obvious. Yeah.
Wow. But you get a sense that GDCO might have
gross
fingers, contacts, presence, unofficially.
Not surprising.
Just some of the tech, just some of the clothing styles, just some of the kind of talk, right? Like you hear people like brokers talking, and there's a way with which pirates talk. There's a way with which different people kind of talk. And there's just certain ways that GDCO folks sometimes talk, certain vocabulary they use, right? And you catch a little bit of in your ear.
And even like some of the signage here is like, it also is like, oh, that technology or that sort of LED light or something is it like that frame reminds me of a GDCO station. Wait a minute, why is that? Right? It's like some of the manufacturing parts of the infrastructure here seems to also like, it would be the same factory or somehow, exactly. There's, but it's not all over the place like GDCO, but there's a couple signs where it's like, that sign was built for that space. It wasn't repurposed to be put there. It was built for that space, but it's just those sort of things where it's like, that's, that was probably what opened my eyes to, wait a minute. GDCO was probably here. And then there was probably more evidence that kept, or data that kept reiterating that.
And for the record, GDCO is a legitimate business that has no business on a place like this.
Of course not.
Right? There's a lot of things about GDCO that seems, they are also an independent corporation that has nothing to do with the Third Imperium. People have questions about that, right? There's a lot of things, but they are subtly here. And the Harlock. Deception was a very interesting choice. As you're walking through and you're hearing people talk, you notice something very important. Nobody says anything out loud. Everything is through metaphor and subtlety. When you just hear people talking and you hear people just chatting and talking, and everybody who's a local, shall we say, they speak in circles. Everybody seems to know what they're talking about. But if you were a tourist, you would not know what they were talking about. You hear somebody talking about in passing, somebody was talking about like a gallstone they had. And someone's like, oh, I'm sure we can help you with that. And you're like, oh, they just contacted somebody and murdered somebody, right? Like somebody just hired a killer right there. Like, and everything is done in very metaphorical language. And as you're sort of going through and you're listening, and you're picking up on how they do it, but you realize anything that is said overtly will probably get you killed by a widow, right? Like this is their security. Their security is nobody says anything in an unsubtle way, right? That is very taboo. And you pick up on their kinds of ways in which they can sort of speak to each other in this kind of, it's not really thieves' cant. It's more like, it's that show language in a certain way, right? And you understand that nobody here is going to be you approach people, but you never say anything directly. And you notice somebody walked up to somebody else, right, and was like, hey, I'm wondering where I could, buy some. And the other person just kind of looks at them for a second, and he goes, I was wanting to buy some. And he kind of looks around a little bit. Entertainment? And the guy he's talking to goes, entertainment. Yes. And there was just a widow who...
I was going to say, that's going to get a Blacksand's widow called on you. They're real serious about that subtlety.
They are really serious about this. And like you see it and you're like, oh, I see. This is all about double speak at all times, right? And that becomes this... And you realize, oh, that's probably why you don't know who the pirate lords are, right? Or how many they are, because everything is doublespeak at all times. So you sort of pick up that, and this will help you when it comes to communicating with them all.
Okay.
So, I believe we do have some roles to do. Let's go first. Let's go to your gambler trade sheet. Would you like to sell first? If you would like to sell first, let's do
yeah, let's sell.
We'll do the legal stuff first, which is only 3 D tons.
The legal stuff first.
the legal stuff. If you go to the trade sheet and you look over at speculative trade goods,
Yes.
and you go down to number 6, find a buyer. If you will
Yes.
click that button that says finding a regular buyer, and you can, if you would do that for me, and with a boon.
Did. I'll
Mhm.
click the roll. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. It'll take you 6 days.
That's not a boon.
Oh, you have to find it with a boon.
Boon. 2 days.
2 days. 2 days. Okay. If you would, at this moment, click on determine buyer prices, which is a little bit lower.
Yeah, that's purchase price. Yeah.
Determine buyer prices, which is
Oh.
near the bottom. It's right above 7.
Yeah. Yes. There it is. Anything I need to roll is already there.
If you
anything to
click
input?
it, just click that button. Yeah, you clicked it. Great. So right there, you'll see that you have advanced electronics. I'll show the audience what this looks like. And you have 3D tons, and the buyer price is 8,000, 85,000, which is would be a loss.
Yeah.
So you probably do not want to sell that there, right? That would not be
Okay.
the greatest. So you probably don't want to sell that, but you can, if you like, scroll up.
Hold. Okay. Scrolling up.
Yeah, because if you see your base price is 110,000 per unit for those advanced electronics, but the buyer's only looking at 85,000. So you probably do not want to sell those here. That would not be the greatest for you.
Okay.
Speaking of selling, could we get our streetwisers doing the same thing in that area, but going for the black market buyer? For our illegal commerce?
Was that me or the Harlock's job? I don't remember.
That would be Quint.
Okay.
The Harlock is on bounty duty.
Okay.
Bounty hunting with soda.
Because psionic. That makes sense. Streetwise.
Figure out what your streetwise soak is and put that number in the... Right there it says a 4, but put in what your actual number would be.
Oh, on the
trade sheet.
Trade sheet? Okay, hold on.
Where's the black market one?
It's the one that says find a... It's right below the one that you picked. You picked find a regular buyer or broker. And then if you go below that, it says find a black market buyer or broker of illegal goods.
Find a buyer or local broker. Find a... for illegal goods. I see that.
And put in what the total for your social
social streetwise. Let me double check that. Streetwise social. Hello, lady. That'll be a 2. Boop. There you go.
I don't know what that is.
Hi. Do you want my lamp? Come here.
And then hit that button if you would.
Yep.
3 days. Excellent. You find someone who will buy those suits. There is someone who will do it. You will
Those
just
parts are
need...
very expensive.
You'll just need to probably get your broker to do it, but you do find someone who will trade.
So one day
those
after
illegal
Severence
goods.
finds his legit person, I come up and I'm like, here's the contact info for the person for the suits.
You might want to sell stuff first. I don't know. Could I get a roll from Severance?
Yes. You may.
Yes, please. I need from you you to make a broker check, if you would.
Okay. I am ready, I think. No? Yes. All right, broker check.
I do have a couple of extra things to give you, though, for your bonuses.
Well,
So,
broker.
yes, please. Just give me a broker check.
No boon?
Boon because of your... Yes, boon. Yes, please.
Okay. I'll allow it. Boom.
because of your extraordinary success.
Yeah. All right, difficulty.
Difficulty 8.
Modifiers.
You get a well, this is amber, so you get a +4 because this is a place that's a little bit illegal.
That's great.
That's a 15 out of
That's
8.
really good for us.
That's right. It's average for me,
It's,
but it's very good for all of us.
yeah.
I
Plus
don't know.
4
I actually have 0 idea if it's average for me. All right, but 15 is pretty damn good.
That is very, very good, actually. So, you are finding someone who might buy these things, and this is going to be quite. How many of these do you want to sell?
Of the parts? 4
The 4
out of the 9 we have, right? So the 4 broken ones. Or not broken, excuse me. Disassembled.
17. Pardon me, I have to give you a bonus for that. A +6, so that you're at a 17. You're at a 17.
Oh no.
Oh no.
This one's have to take it.
So you are going to be getting the base price is 130% of what that's worth. But because these things are damaged, you're already down to half. So
They're not damaged, they're disassembled. All the
they're
parts
missing
work,
parts.
They're just not connected.
They're missing
they're
parts.
also they're missing parts. They're
Yeah.
missing quite a few parts.
I guess it's
actually.
battle dress parts we're selling, not really.
Yeah,
Half
yeah,
of
we're
them,
selling
half
battle
of them are
parts.
5 of them are fine.
Yes,
5 of them
we're
are
selling
fine.
the not fine ones.
We're selling the parts.
Now you have to know that because these things are super illegal, you only get 25% of what your final price is going to be like. So I will let you know what they will give you. They will give you. I need my calculator. So that's 770 divided by 2. Oh wait, no. Hold on. 770 times.
Ooh, I should probably put this in our ships thingy, a ledger
30.
thing. Oh no, that's true.
Yes. So you're going to get so this will be 1.3 and then divided by 2, and then you're going to get only 25% of that. So 125,000 a piece.
Okay.
That's 500,000 total.
I'll take it.
That's,
All right, so
that's
plus,
real good. That's
What is our date today?
Today is this is actually important because something is going to be happening
the 5th
very,
of
very soon.
December, aka 2/32/11:05.
2/32. Thank you. Oh, it's the same.
Oh no,
day.
no.
Okay,
It's actually 3 days later.
Oh, because
So
it's 3 days later. I'm sorry, you're right. So it's the
2/32, 11:08.
2:35.
2:35.
11. Oh, that's the date. Okay, 2:35, 11:05. Got it. I was doing it the other way around. All right, and we're getting 500,000
December 8th. Yep.
for battle dress parts.
And actually 500,500 credits.
Oh, 500,500. That's even better.
All right.
Easy peasy.
It was that
That-
easy. It
it's-
just took us that long.
It's
Which
a
is
fraction
half a
of
mil.
the-
We only need one
it's half a
more.
mil.
One more half a mil.
It's a
which-
fraction of what you could get, but
Yeah.
That's fine.
it's
I mean, hold
is-
on. We're selling illegal stuff on an illegal place, and it's still 25.
yeah.
There's no incentivized to go find an illegal broker.
They presume
Yes,
that
it is.
you
It's going to be illegal wherever we go.
Right,
It's illegal
but
goods.
if we were
Yes.
to, there's no difference between selling it on I was going to say GD code, but that doesn't apply here. Like an imperial above board.
It's easier to sell it here.
It's easier to sell here. Okay, so it's easier.
So
That's why
I
you got
will say-
bonuses.
I will say this. You would get some more bonuses on a there. How do I put this? There is a bonus that you get based on the law level of the planet that you're selling it on.
Okay.
If it's illegal.
Got it.
So if you went to a law level 15 planet where you cannot have any of these things and you sell that stuff there, you'll get like a plus. You could get up to a plus 15 on that roll, which means you could be selling it for huge amounts of money. But
your check is harder.
Oh, okay.
But also, it's just really, if they catch you with it, you're going to be executed, right? Here, the law level is 0. So you don't get that huge, massive bonus.
Got it.
Because...
Got it. It's the value.
Right,
it's
so,
not
but it's safer
easy.
to sell it here.
But it's safer, like... No one's going to arrest you for selling.
I mean, $500,000 is great. It's still great anyway, considering it was free $500,000. Because he also made the suit out of it.
But it does let you know this: if you buy illegal stuff here and you smuggle it into a planet with a high law level, you can make bank if you can get a broker there.
So I actually have a question, Trooper.
Absolutely.
Just theoretically, if we decided at this same Super Shady Guide to sell one intact suit, since that is the price for a non-intact broken suit, how much would one intact suit go for, bringing us down to 4? Just out of curiosity, how many monies would that be? Because it would be really nice to get a transponder here on this planet, or a fake transponder while we're here.
Sure.
I don't even know if we need them. Never mind. I don't want to sell them to pirates.
You would get 250,250 credits for one.
For one.
For one intact one? Absolutely.
Let's put a pin in it.
Because that would bring us up to 750,000. We don't have to come up with.
If you sold 2,
extra.
you'd have the million.
We'd have it all. Yeah, we'll put a pin in that.
Yeah, we'll put a pin in it. I'm okay. I'm okay with selling the 2 because I'm probably never going to use one. But it's also
you could make a lot of money.
The condition is we're selling it to the pirates.
Yes.
So we don't want to have to fight these later.
Which is why
there are a lot of
it's totally
pirates.
fine selling the broken
I
ones.
know, but I'm just saying. Knowing you, Trooper, we're going to fight 2 battle suits
What if
later.
ones
You're
who
like,
happen to
wait a
get
minute.
these suits? Yeah.
Oh, there are
Schrodinger's
people
battle
who
suit.
have.
Schrodinger's pirates. Some of them now, their loot table will now have 2 battle suits in it at some point.
I'm just going to note that you can get another $500,000 just by selling 2 more suits.
Yep.
That's all.
And we're putting a pin in that.
Yep.
Because I don't know what else we have to sell. It would be nice to keep 1 or 2 at least.
Yeah.
Because if we could leave with that fake transponder, that'd be so good.
Yeah, and then you could
actually
get the fake transponder if you just sell 2 more suits, and then you have the money for it right there.
Yeah.
Just going to note it. So, that said, would you like to see what is available to buy?
Nice to see if we could buy a fake transponder.
Oh, you can.
How
That's
much-
no problem. You just need the money.
You see the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean like freight and stuff, right?
To buy. Oh, for freight. Yeah.
Well, also for speculative if you wanted to.
No.
So
We're saving money for a transponder.
I just, because you could buy stuff. And you
I
can
know.
also, if you wish, get freight. That's also not an issue.
Freight doesn't cost us much money at all, right?
No, it doesn't cost you anything. It just takes up
That's what I
space in your
thought.
hold.
So taking up freight might not be bad, but
It's up to
only if
you.
we have space in the hold.
I would like to
So
hold
we have
off
to carry
on
gasoline
trading.
back.
I would like to
So we
hold
don't
off
know how
on
much
trading
that's gonna
more
be.
until like we're on our way out.
Perfect. And
We
freight
have
is
still a
easy.
week and shit here to do, and like if we're about to leave, we can go pick up some freight, load it on. But who knows what we're gonna grab while we're here?
So now, our other 2, what are you doing?
Good luck finding the guy.
Yeah, so
Well, they'll be able to.
let's see. Oh my gosh. I think my initial thought was, hang on, I wrote this down. I'm heading to. I imagine. Well, I think her initial thought would be to head toward Rose Pavilion, just because many people have many meetings there. I hear. And it seems like a place where, because in the nicer areas everyone is being very discreet and very
Mhm.
proper,
Yep.
that it would be safe for someone to meet up with a higher level
Yes.
uh, pirate sort of figure, and this might be a place where
Yes.
something like that would happen.
Yes. Uh, my question is, you know 3 pirate lord names, you know? Um, oh, also, is Kirsch going with you?
I, mm, I would say no.
Because he would. Uh,
You
Fuck
he
that guy.
know,
also he's also happy to wander around and lick things, not where you're at, because he has things to do. He has
mm,
a crew that he wants to get revenge on.
he sure does. I would hate to rob him of that opportunity.
Mhm, mhm,
So
mhm,
yeah,
mhm.
I'd say we just let him, do just Kirsch things.
So, in which case, we're going to have Soto and the Harlock head over to the Rose Pavilion. And this place is gorgeous. It is this restaurant, and it has got, you can see it's multi-level. There are all these private booths and private rooms, and there's all this sort of interesting baffling, so that you cannot read what people are, you can't hear what people are saying.
Mm-hmm.
um and there's like a little like have you ever seen like those fountains that have like the little thin line that like shoot a thin stream of water up?
Mm-hmm.
uh so it's like not a big huge fountain, it's like a little thin line, very sort of like little thin streams, jet streams of water. It's like that, but it's like a little smoke with like a nice scent to it, so it's actually, it's a little bit of haziness, which you can't read people's lips either. So you can't hear what people say. Once you sit in a booth, you can't hear what they're saying, and you can't really read their lips, but they're not like you can see people. So it
Mm-hmm.
looks still really nice. It smells great. There are a lot of different races here. There are humans of different types. There are Aslan, there are Vargar. There are just like there Bwop. There are a whole bunch of different people, and everyone's sort of having a nice, but everybody is dressed really, really fine. And people are just um, are having a lovely time. There are people. There's like a really nice band that's playing some very kind of like mall jazz. And it is just like, it is the place, but I might like a carouse check.
I would love to give that.
That is what I would need.
From
Uh,
both of us?
Uh, Either carouse and or streetwise.
I'm gonna do carouse. Would that be social?
Yes, it would.
Fantastic.
Streetwise would be its own education, but that doesn't seem right.
No, no. Either int or social. Probably social's a little bit better, but you could also do int.
I'll probably do int because my social sucks. Not great. I don't say anything.
Not great. That's all right. I also need a d6, 1d6 from one of you two.
I got it.
2 days. You two are sort of
Okay.
looking around for 2 days. At one point in time, you are sitting in the Rose Pavilion. And as you're sitting there, you're trying to figure out, I would like to know, who all are you asking about while you're there?
So I'm kind of wanting to, if I may,
Mm-hmm.
did we get at all? We have the names like Mira Silverhand. Do we? Was there an image? Like, did we see what? Okay.
Mm-mm.
Um, I don't know. Just I might see if I can just to make it maybe a little quicker. Hopefully, I think that when they go to, to go maybe dress up a little bit, go
Mm-hmm.
inside and actually be in there,
Mm-hmm.
when they're getting a seat, and speaking to the host or hostess, um, they be saying whatever it is that they're saying, but I would like to also roll telepathy. um let's see,
That's
just
before you do. I want to know, generally speaking, when you're doing you're spending like 2 days trying to get your
Mhm.
info. You two, um, who are you looking for when who are you asking about, basically, right? Subtly in doublespeak, but who are you wanting to look for? Like, which names are you dropping? That's the question I would like to ask.
Not to get myself out of doing anything, Soto is
Mm.
literally going to ask for nobody. He is there for security purposes, to look and assess
Okay.
threats.
Okay.
He's not going to be doing any of the investigative stuff. He's not going to be
Mm-hmm.
doing any of the talking stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but
Mm-hmm.
he's there in case something goes sideways.
Okay.
And the Harlock, I'm sure, would, having been around when all this came up last time, know a little bit more details. But
So I will tell you,
I, as
you have four names, right? You have four names. You have
yeah,
Mira Silverhand, who
yeah,
you know is somewhere on the planet trying to meet up with, most likely either Hral Irontooth, an Aslan pirate, or Admiral Darrakan, a human pirate who's ex Imperial Navy. But those are not Darrakan, sorry, Peter Vallis, who
we'll
you
try and
know,
stay away from that guy.
and Hral
Phallus.
Irontooth are the two big pirate lords that
Okay.
Kirsch believes Mira Silverhand will try to contact to sort of
Okay.
make a deal. So you've got Hral Irontooth, you've got Peter Vallis, who is on the planet. And then you also have Admiral Darrakan, who is also on all three of those people are on the planet. And Admiral Darrakan has had a falling out with Ferric.
Mhm.
So those are the three big pirate lords you know about. And you know that she's somewhere on this planet.
I think, just informational wise, what they'd be trying to
Mhm.
get, what the Harlock would be trying to get, would be finding out about Crawl Irontooth, to possibly keep an eye on or get location on, to see if he has a meeting. I think would pass, like, subtly try and get eyes on Mira Silverhand, because that's ultimately who they're trying to find.
Mhm.
And I think she would also try and find out information on Peter Vallis, so that they can not cross paths in this immediate moment.
At any point in time, do you name Mira Silverhand?
I don't think so, to start, just because, I don't know. I get the sense she's up to something.
Well,
Or at least, like, trying to be a little under the, you know.
mhm, mhm. So you do not name her. Her name does not cross your lips.
No.
You will then not find her, however. I mean, like, if you don't ask for her, then you cannot find her. But you two are sitting at a beautiful table, right? By a window, like big picture windows. And you are sitting there waiting and watching. Soto, you
Yes.
notice you are, by the way, you're in a kind of a more slightly secluded part of the restaurant. Um, Lots of parts of the restaurant are a little bit secluded, but you're there, right? Big picture window. And you notice a bit of a flash out of the corner of your eye, a flash of black. And very quickly, you see three widows. Um, One of them is carrying a sniper rifle, and the three of them, they move towards you, but they're not looking at you. Um, and they all look the same. And three of them, they come and they move right by you to the window where you're at. And one of them just pulls up this like breach, and like they make no sounds, cut a hole in the window, hold it, open it up. One of them steps out with the sniper rifle. The other two seal the window back up again so that whatever's happening outside, that all this dust and terribleness does not get inside. And then you see the widow who's standing on the outside of this building on the balcony take aim with a sniper rifle and then make one shot. She turns around, she taps on the window, they cut a hole in it, open it up, she comes back in, and they seal the window behind her, and they look at you.
One shot, one kill.
Mm-hmm. And two of them walk away. One of them, you think the one that you spoke to earlier, says, "Excuse me for interrupting your dinner. This will be compliments of the house." And she just takes the sniper rifle, she slings it, and she walks back away, leaving you there. If anybody checks, there's a brand new sentence held out that just hits the database. And they made no sound. And as you're sitting there, a Aslan woman walks up towards you. And she smiles at you both. And she says something in Troch. She says, "Oh, if you'll excuse me, it's all very exciting here sometimes. We hate it when tranquility is broken. This is your..." And the woman, she sort of gestures towards the Harlock. "She is your agent, is that right?"
He would say in Troch that she is his... He uses the word for companion, but it's the one that is superior. So yeah, he gives the honorific, but also makes it friendly.
And she nods. She goes, "Ah, I see." And then she turns to the Harlock and she starts speaking in Galangic. We understand that you have been asking around town about us. You are invited, therefore, to a reception with Captain Irontooth tomorrow evening.
It would be an honor, of course.
We have seen that you have an Aslan with you, which speaks well of your company that you keep. So you are welcome to meet with our captain, who is curious as to why you're asking about him and what that might bring.
Yes, well, I imagine we'll cover that tomorrow.
Yes. May I ask, who
Anything you'd like.
do you travel with? You are here on this planet, which means you have presumably friends here. Who are your friends?
Well, I hesitate to call anyone truly a friend, except certain company, and she would gesture to Soto.
Are there those who you find to be... She smiles. Tell me, so that we might prepare for your meal, is there anything that you are allergic to or that you find distasteful?
I like to think that I have a fairly adventurous palate.
By this, by the way, because you made that roll earlier, she's asking if you have any enemies here. Or people you do not like. That is what she's asking. She's not asking, this is what she's asking about.
Yeah, I think that
I'm allergic to phallic shaped
right.
objects.
I get this.
Eggplant.
I get
Pardon me.
a rash anytime.
Tiny eggplants.
It just makes me itchy.
Mm.
But that is essentially what she'd be trying to pass along.
She says, interesting. Well, if it is so that you are not interested in those sorts of vegetables, we will make sure that they are not present, and more importantly, we will let the chef know that you find such things distasteful. It will be useful.
We, of course, appreciate the concern.
We do care about such things. I hope you've been having a lovely time so far.
Yes, it is very hospitable, very polite in all of the best ways.
I should let you know that the news has been about.
I love the news. Do tell. Harlock leans forward.
Oh, I'm not the only one who's heard of your inquiries.
No? Well, in a subtle and roundabout way, that Harlock would essentially ask, who else might have heard?
Well, when we heard who has heard, we found that quite interesting. My understanding is that you should be receiving, well, and she smiles, we have subsidiaries everywhere, and we always hear what news is happening, and we have heard that you'll be receiving a dinner invitation from yet another one of our titans of industry. We would hope that you would visit with us before you visit with your other host.
Oh, well, early bird gets the worm.
So please, if you would hold off on any other invitations until after you meet with our captain, it would be much appreciated.
Well, it would, of course, be an honor. And as you see, again, gesturing to Soto, as you see, I have great respect for keeping certain company.
Yes. We find that to be important these days. After all, so much is happening. Well, I will leave you to your business. And she turns to Sotomasi, and she says in Troch, it is good to see a fellow traveler amongst this company.
He would not respond. He wouldn't be rude, but his response is completely separate from what she just said. And he would say in Troch, tranquility is overrated.
She smiles. It is indeed. It is indeed. And she nods, and she sort of heads out. And as she heads out, she sort of chats with the maitre d', who gives her a nod, and she says something to him. And it's not too long before a fairly large sort of amount of food is deposited at your table, including one of the rat bots. Like it is a feast that could feed probably 10 that is brought before you. And with that, my friends, we do have to go to break. You have a dinner with Captain Irontooth, and people have been talking about you.
You're welcome.
Interesting. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. My dears, go and stretch your legs, hydrate, and when we get back, we'll have, surprises.
Something. We'll have a
Surprises.
something.
We'll have a something. Good night, everyone. Break. Break.
Good night for
Good break.
2 seconds. Good break for you all.
10 minutes.
break
We'll be
to
right
all.
back.
Good night for 10 minutes, and then we'll see you right back.
The fastest good night.
This is London, the French speaking to the French. Before we begin, please listen to some personal messages. Gabrielle sends you her regards. The eyes are open. I repeat, the eyes are open. And now, a word from our sponsors. We give a special greetings to the
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I hope you had a lovely break. We are back for the second half of episode 7 of The Gamblers. Back on the floating palace. A woman is called in to speak with the princess, Princess Rao, of the royal line. Drinax, of course, had some traumatic events happen recently. Lady Hill, who was the spy master, was recently assassinated, as was her husband. In the wake of this, the princess has become the new spy master. She is the heir to the throne. Well, how do I put this? The king, Oleb, is currently ruling, but 20 years ago, there was a war to free Asim from the dictatorial, weirdly bureaucratic foundation. And in the Battle of Asim, the queen died trying to liberate people, and the crown prince, who was the heir to the throne, got into a accident. His shuttle exploded, killing a number of nobles who were on that shuttle. He did not die. He was in a coma for 20 years, and nobody saw him for those 20 years as he was in a coma. And he has 6 months ago, that's it's been about a year now, he actually woke up from his coma. He was brought out of his coma by Scholar Voha, your best friend. And now the prince is back and awake and doing things. In the 20 years that he has been in a coma, however, the king first started off being just mad with grief and not really doing much. And like the 14, 15-year-old princess was basically running the floating palace while he was far too much in grief. But since then, she has been named the heir. So the older brother is not going to be the heir of the throne. The princess is. Now, he has woken up since then, and there's been some discussion about whether or not the princess should still be the heir, since the older brother is now awake again. So shouldn't he now just become the heir again? But that's just not how that works necessarily. And the king trusts his daughter very much, and she is the heir. So not everybody feels great about it. Could I get a roll from you?
Sure.
Could I get a... I'm going to want something like diplomacy, deception. I need some kind of sneaky sort of information gathering from you.
No pressure. I do
Diplomacy could
deception? I'm a
also work.
little good at that.
Absolutely.
I'm not good at diplomacy at all.
That's why you did not get promoted, but that's fine.
No.
When you were in the Navy.
Yep.
If you would, give me some deception.
Yes, and this is just a difficulty
A regular
8?
roll, difficulty 8.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
12.
So one of the things that you had been doing, you've been doing many things, but you had been given a mission some time ago by Lady Hill. And that was to just keep your ears open to see if there were any, let's say, destabilizing influences.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if there was anybody who was unhappy with things, or who might cause trouble. And getting this information was not particularly easy for you because of certain reasons, which I will tell you right about now. There's not a lot of people. There's like 70,000 people who are alive on this planet. About 50,000 of them live in the floating palace. They're like, it's a very, very tight-knit community and not a lot of people. Food problems. Everybody knows everybody's business, but everybody also keeps their mouth shut, right? You have to behave well in order to sort of get along well. And on the surface, everything is fine. That said, what you did learn, and I'm going to have to ask you a question about this, is that no, not everybody is happy with the princess is the heir. There are people ever since her brother came out of his coma who would prefer him to be the heir.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, how do I put this? The prince is known to be quite honorable and noble. That was his sort of vibe, right? Before he went into the coma, he was like a bold, handsome, honorable, brave sort of soldier, you know, that kind of vibe. He was in the Navy. He was very good friends with Lord Rax, who was until very recently the head of the Drinaxian Navy, the admiral. And there's a whole like crew of very noble, honorable, chivalrous, bright shining naval people, some of whom did not promote you when you were in the Navy. For reasons. But they were all very good friends with him. And now that he's back, you have noticed that some of these people meet a few more times they might have done normally. You have gotten the sense that Lord Rax has been moving, the head of the Navy, has been moving subtly, right, to sort of help support the prince over the princess. Now, I'm going to have to give you this news that some people do not know. And I don't know how to put this the best way to put this. So, the prince does not trust the princess. That has been sort of clear to you in your investigations. He finds her secretive and suspicious. She is, of course, now the spy master, which did not help that sort of perception. But it seems as if the main problem, the thing that caused the main issue, is the Gambler, the ship, the Gambler. When Drinax found the ship and repaired it, there was a bitter debate about what to do with that ship. Lord Rax, as head of the Navy, believed that what should happen is that should become the flagship of the Navy, and it should protect Drinax, and great. The princess had the idea that they should become pirates. It was her idea to hatch this whole plan, sort of like create this whole do this pirate ruse, the whole thing. And the prince was against this, as was Lord Rax. It is a very secret plan. Nobody else can know that we're doing it. But the point is that one of the main things that people hate is pirates. They think pirates are terrible. They're the worst. They're evil. They should all be destroyed. And Keelhauled, it is not honorable behavior. They're not honorable. So this idea is very offensive to their chivalrous ideals. And the fact that the princess was able to get the king to go with her plan is not sitting well with the Prince, Rax, and some of his allies. It's considered an insult and an affront, and they're not happy about it. Now, once Lady Hill and her husband were assassinated and the princess took over being the head of espionage, although she's, you fell under her and you answer to her now rather than Lady Hill. Lady Hill gave you the instruction to figure out who might be causing trouble. But one thing that you notice is that this is sort of new information for you. And that is recently, how do I put this? So one of the crew members of the Gambler, there's a Lady Hill's child was off on the Gambler being their pilot, and Lady Hill's child, Liege Terrica, has married the doctor from that ship, and that doctor was arrested for assault. He attacked Lord Rax, and Lord Rax arrested him and had him deported. Well, it's a little bit tricky. So basically there was this assassination attempt, and as far as all the evidence goes, it looks like the person who killed Lady and Lord Hill was this guy from Asim, who it turns out actually was Dr. Morrissey's father. And it looked like that Dr. Morrissey's father had some kind of creepy plot to go and he had plots, but in this process, he was basically being held prisoner, and there's a big question of what to do about him, because if he's a noble, he has to be tried on the floating palace, but if he's not a noble, he has to be tried on Asim. And there's a lot of politics about who's going to try him and what's that going to look like. And Dr. Morrissey punched Lord Rax. Lord Rax extradited him, put him on a shuttle with Ruby, and sent him to Asim without telling anybody. And he did it in secret, without telling anybody. And he tried to stall long enough so that ship would jump to Asim, so that that guy could be tried, that both of them could be tried there. Unfortunately, the crew of the Gambler, Liege Terrica, tracked that ship down and brought them back. And in the aftermath of that was that the princess took the opportunity to accuse Lord Rax of treason by withholding that information. Now, it was technically within his authority to do so as the head of the Star Guard and basically the head of the police force to make that choice, but he did not consult with anyone, and he did it clearly in a way to be deceptive, and so he was stripped of his title and his authority. He is no longer the admiral of the Navy. The crew of the Gamblers also sort of basically supported this and, sort of let that go through. So Lord Rax, the most experienced admiral that Drinax has, is now under arrest and stripped of everything. And he's arrested, and he has been publicly shamed. There was a whole ceremony that stripped him of all of his titles and his honor, and everybody saw it, and he is now arrested, and the princess has now solidified her quite a bit of power. She has replaced the admiral with another military officer who was not the second in command, because the second in command was also pretty loyal to Rax. It was like a third or fourth, is now the new admiral who is more loyal to her. There was a huge uproar about this, but she got her way. The thing is, it's not good, because at this moment, having Lord Rax shamed in this way and stripped out of his power, and people blame her for this. People think that it was the princess who did this, that this was like her plot to get him out of there. And what you know is that him being stripped of his nobility, because he's one of the, like, there are a couple of really major royal families, like noble families, that have a long history of like, they're like the top noble families, and he's one of the top noble families with this long history of heroism and service. And having been stripped of all of that has is good in some, I mean, whether that's good or not, like, it's really bad. If Drinax is invaded, that's not gonna be so great for them. But he no longer controls the Navy, which is probably good in some ways. However, all the people who support the prince it's becoming a bit of a secret rallying cry. Nobody's saying anything out loud, but there is now definitely a faction that is becoming dangerous.
Gotcha.
Rax being deposed like that by someone who they do not think of as being honorable. Now, technically the king did it, but everyone's blaming the princess for it, right? They're like, she's the one who really did it. And the people who are inclined to dislike her more, and now they have a rallying cry. He's becoming a bit of a martyr, Lord Rax, for those people who don't like the way that Drinax is moving. Now, Lady Hill has made very clear when talking to you that the prince's ideas are not going to bring Drinax forward. The prince wants to just stay where it is. Maybe go out and like offer some technology to some people, but he does not want to recreate a larger kingdom of Drinax. He just kind of wants to stay where they're at and maybe make diplomatic gestures to places, maybe make some alliances, but he doesn't want to rebuild Drinax. He thinks that's too dangerous. He thinks that if doing so would just basically aggravate the Aslan and cause them to come and just destroy everybody again. So he's very, very hesitant to do anything. And Lady Hill made it very clear that we will die, right? That we actually cannot survive if we don't expand. And the princess also feels that way. So unfortunately, the deposing of Lord Rax is seen as a continuous sort of shaming, and it's really rallying these people. And Drinax is becoming there's some instability happening on Drinax because of that. Like, on the surface, it looks fine, but you've noticed some of your naval people are being a little cagey, right? It's not good. Got a bad vibe is what I would say to you.
Yeah.
There's a bad vibe going around.
Okay.
And the princess is being like, there's a lot of people security, like there's some concerns about the Navy, right? And in light of that, the princess is really wanting she really needs this thing with the gambler to work better, right? She's really wanting for that group to sort of build up the expeditionary force to get more ships, because there is some instability, there's some worry about safety. Yeah,
makes sense.
And you are called in to meet the princess. In her room in the floating palace. And you are brought in quietly. And this woman who's, she's still pretty young. She's in her 30s. And she is sitting on a sort of a long couch, and she pats the couch near her. And she's like angled so that she could, if you sit on the couch, she can look at you, right? But she's not like behind a big, she's got a huge desk, right? Everything in the floating palace, by the way, is all diamonds and brass. It's like all Art Nouveau. everything. Like it is all like the entire place is just like there are diamonds embedded in the walls, but you know that those diamonds are from people, right? Every person who died, you
Yeah.
turn them into like a diamond, you embed them in the walls.
Yeah.
And she beckons you in.
I will enter, and I will give it. I'm assuming it's customary to like bow or curtsy or something like that.
It's a bit of a dance move, actually.
Okay.
In the sense that their version of the bow curtsy is a kind of a dance step. You have to sort of think the Sun King Louis the 14th, because he was super into ballet. So they become everything in Drinax has become so stylized, like the ways in which social dance becomes super stylized when you start doing competitive ballroom dance, right? So their curtsy bow is a bit of a dance step, actually.
Okay. She will perform whatever is customary, and then she will not speak until spoken to. This is the princess she's talking to, so.
By the way, both the prince and the princess, as far as you know, are unmarried, which is also a little bit awkward. As are you, I think. So, she says, Dame Graves, please have a seat.
Thank you. And she'll sit.
I'm inviting you here to speak with me on more discreet terms, if you don't mind. Would you like some tea?
Yes, that would be excellent. Thank you.
And she sort of just makes a small tap on her computer. She says, it'll be coming. What I'm about to say to you is, of course, authorized by the king himself, but I will be discussing this with you. We have just gotten a ship in, the Elaine, which, as you know, is a part of the expeditionary force, along with the Gambler. The Elaine was given a reconnaissance mission, and they have returned with information. And the information is worrisome. I'm going to need you to do an important mission for me.
Of course, anything that you need.
As you know, Liege Terrica and Dr. Morrissey, Lord of Terrica, were aboard the Gambler, but I have had to call them back with the death of Lord and Lady Hill. Which leaves that ship a bit understaffed. So I would request. My brother had a request to have someone put aboard the ship, but I think that it would be a much better fit than whomever he would have assigned to that ship. You are, if I look at your records, and she sort of pulls up, right, this sort of like holographic overlay. And as she does, one of her guards comes in and sort of sets a tea, like a tea service, right, of the small table in front of you both. And she waits until her guard leaves. Please, help yourself.
Thank you.
You are an expert astrogator.
I'd like to think so.
And you have very good skills with sensor operation, especially electronic warfare.
Yes.
It says here, after you were drafted into the Navy, that you were not commissioned. Why was that? It says here that Lord Rax himself denied your commission. Why exactly did Lord Rax deny your commission? Because according to, and she looks through the paperwork, according to Lady Hill, you are a superb soldier.
My methods of completing tasks were not to par with Lord Rax's expectations.
I see. Well, Lord Rax had a great career of service, but unfortunately, Lord Rax still lives as if it is 2,000 years ago. Having taken away the gambler's pilot, I would like you to replace Liege Terraga and join the gambler on their mission, in which I have briefed you. There is, however, some information that I need you to give them, that I need to make you aware of as well. You'll be taking the Elaine. Their pilot, Golan Grin, will fly you. My understanding is they are most likely on the planet Theve to get a new transponder. That was part of their plans. And I believe if you leave immediately and do not take any space, you should be able to get there while they're there, I'm hoping. We have an opportunity and some danger. The Elaine was sent to Assis, a planet, out to investigate reports, rumors that some of our Drinaxians had been captured by the glorious empire, Aslan, and enslaved. And of course, any Drinaxian life we will never leave our people behind. They did some reconnaissance and they found out that, indeed, this crew, including one of our ships, a ship that we cannot, it's one of our only jump to ships, a ship that we cannot live without, is still intact. The Drinaxians are still alive. That crew is still alive. However, they have been enslaved by the glorious empire. And we now know where. There is a situation. You see, the glorious empire, they have a habit of enslaving people. And many of their planets have been lost to them as the Aslan Pirate, they are in a war with them, you see, has taken over some of those planets, taken them from the glorious empire. There is a planet where our Drinaxians have been sent. And that planet is called Trioke. It was Glorious Empire, now it's Aslan Pirate. And that world has 8 billion formerly enslaved humans. The Pirate does not believe in slavery. The Glorious Empire does. And so we have a situation, a diplomatic situation, where there are 8 billion formerly enslaved humans on the planet, and the Aslan don't want them there anymore. They are a problem. So something has to be done with them, and there is quite a bit of debate, is my understanding, within the Pirate as to what to do with them. They cannot stay on that planet, but they have nowhere to go. And if they can't go somewhere, well, who knows what will happen to them. So there is a clan lord on the planet Hetekia who is trying to find a solution to this problem. And this clan lord has got there's a representative of the refugees who's there on that planet with him. They're trying to work something out, and there is an old naval captain who has got a transport ship, a fairly large transport ship, who's looking for someone to pilot that ship and to help take these refugees somewhere else. The other problem is that we have a reporter who's quite well known. She was recently on the Floating Palace, and she is reporting all about this. So a refugee crisis is making its way into the news, across the reaches and into the Imperium and into the Pirate, which is embarrassing the Pirate, which is going to push them to move to do something. I don't know how long this situation will remain quiet, but I would like you to make your way with haste to the Gambler and let them know about the situation. we have sent word. The clan leader, I'll give you the information about it, is expecting you all to arrive to deal with this situation in the name of Drinax. If we can solve this problem, this refugee problem, in some way that is positive, before it becomes too hot, then Dame Graves, especially since the press is there, this might do well to give us good diplomatic relations with the Hirate. The Hirate is always a danger. They are just within parsecs of us, and if they get too angry, they could at any time invade. If we could do this and solve this problem for them, not only could we get back our people and perhaps one of our ships, but we could also improve relations with the Hirate. I will say, if we can retrieve our ship, considering it did belong to the von Granville family, who was Lord of Hill, I'm sure that that family would prefer their ship to go back to them, but we might be able to make a case that it join the expeditionary force, which would give more ships to the Gambler and the Admiral, Admiral Severence, which I think would be good. So we're going to need, with all haste, you make your way to Thieves. Tell the crew about this situation as quickly as possible. Make your way with that crew when you can to Atakia, so that you may speak with this clan lord and the refugee leader and perhaps resolve this issue. The problem, of course, is where to put 8 billion humans. They cannot be on that planet. The Aslan will not have them there much longer. But where should they go? There would need to be perhaps some negotiations, but they cannot live on Drinax. It is not particularly habitable. But a seam is habitable. They don't have a large population, and it might be possible to bring those refugees to a seam. We would need to discuss this with the current lord of a seam, the problem of which is the current lord of a seam is the daughter of Lord Rax. There might be some diplomatic issues there. The daughter of Lord Rax is present on a seam. The Telwaxes are running that planet at the moment, but they are the representatives of Drinax at that planet, and they are less than pleased with the current situation. So there will need to be some sort of negotiation, and please let them know that as well. So I think first, as soon as you can, have them go to this Aslan planet, see what they can do, talk to the captain of the Bad Betty is the name of the ship. There's a Val Treadwell is the captain of that ship who's trying to do this humanitarian effort. But if we could get good press, humanitarian aid, we might be able to do something very important. It would help the people who need help. It would be a good thing. I will note that not everyone is happy and pleased with this idea of maybe 8 billion humans coming over this way. They would need to be convinced a bit. But first things first, I need you to go to Thieves and be the new sensor operator, new crew member for the Gambler. Would you?
Of course.
I need you to give a message to the Harlock.
The Harlock?
Yes, she's on the Gambler. I'm going to give you a small holovid, and if you would pass that along to her when you arrive, I would appreciate that. And also, I have another holovid for Quint Vesper, Knight of the Realm, as well. If you would, these are messages I would like only delivered by people who are trustworthy.
Of course. They won't leave my hands.
Good. You are someone important to Drinax and to the floating palace, and I cannot think of anyone else that I would prefer to have on that ship.
Thank you. You do me a great honor, Your Highness.
Dame Graves, not everyone has vision. Not everyone is able to understand that ornamental armor is only ornamental. It's hollow and it breaks. We actually need to be much stronger than we are. And always wearing big, big feathers and large, impractical dragon wings is not always the best thing to do in combat.
Sometimes it's better to just be a face in the crowd.
Yes. The crew is good. They are... I trust them, and I trust that they have the best interests in Drinax at heart. You are one of the more trusted people that I know of. And so I would ask that you do this. Will you?
Without question.
Good. I'm going to have you take the Elaine. Go there. It will take you 2 jumps. You might just be able to catch them. Yes. Dame Graves. I wish to tell you that Scholar Voha expressed their reservations about your joining the crew.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not either. But I should let you know that Scholar Voha, who brought my brother back, and I'm so glad that they did, has been meeting with Lord Rax, as in Lord Rax's captivity, more often than I would like, and Scholar Voha has been doing quite a bit of work on some technology that has been recovered by the gamblers. And I think that I would like you to let the gamblers know of this.
Of course. Are there any specifics you would like me to discuss with them?
I'll give you a data pad. It will erase after 1 month. And please let them know I wish them all the best of luck in all of their endeavors.
Of course.
I have some concerns. Well, please, you'll have to go immediately. Do you have any questions of me?
I don't think so, no.
Well, my father wants to go on a hunt. So he and my brother will be going off on their anti-grav belts, going on a hunt down on the planet itself, as they are wont to do. I'll have to watch out for things while they're gone. Keep your ears open.
They always are.
Thank you.
Of course.
She stands. And she holds out her hands to you.
I will take them.
She takes your hands. The floating palace does not have many years left. Seem as helpful, but our technology is aging. And we don't have... Asim does not have steel. It doesn't have a good mineral deposit. We need to expand, or we will die, All we need is one more moment where we have the hydroponic bays fail, as it did some time ago, or one bad crop. And the people of the seam, there are not enough of them. We cannot survive much longer.
I see that. I've seen it for a while.
Well, Dame Graves, best of luck to you. And please leave messages. I have an ally, Sal Danset, the Varga trader who comes through here. She's a dear friend of mine. She brings trade and also information. You may always leave messages for Sal Danset on Thebes or some of the other channels, and she will pick them up and deliver them to me.
I'll be sure to leave them.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Drinax will have her heart thinking of you.
I will miss Drinax dearly, but it's for her that I leave.
Well, it will be an adventure, I'm sure. Indeed.
Thank you.
And she will...
And, go ahead, sorry.
And she will just hand you a small red silk... it's like a handkerchief, like a silk kerchief, and she will pin it on you as a form of honor, victory, and success.
I'll gladly accept that, and I'll do the customary like leaving bow, and then I'll also leave her with I'm pretty sure it's customary, but she'll say, "May the sun greet you and the shadows keep you."
Indeed, may the sun keep you, and the shadows greet you. As she reverses it, and she smiles. And you are led to a yacht. Beautiful, fast yacht that has not a lot of space. Has space for a pilot, an engineer, and a rich person. There's like a massive sound system, a huge bed, a huge stocked bar. This is a new ship. This was one of the ones that was brought by the gamblers. And there's this sort of like newt person, a bwap. The captain goes like, big glasses. Welcome aboard. I'm Captain Colin Quinn.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you, Dame Emelisa Graves.
Ooh, well, hold on. And this little newt, and there's a noble, a Drinaxian noble who's the engineer in the back. They sort of take off on the ship and they zoom towards the sky as you leave your small little planet off. You are told that you are given sort of like images of the crew, so you know what they look like. You're given warnings that on that planet they're probably going to be going under some sort of alias, so you'll have to sort of be circumspect. But see if you can find them. And the ship takes off. It is 2 jumps, and space travel is... it's a whole week in this sort of pearlescent pocket dimension as you fly. And you make your way and you head off to Marduk, but you don't actually stay on the planets because they don't have time. It's a very quick land, dock, get refueled, and then jump off again. And when you arrive in the Thieves system, known as Outrimer at this moment, as you're flying in, which is, by the way, about 3 days after they get there, but you don't know that just yet. As you sort of fly into this space, you see this moon that looks like a skull, because it's got sort of parts of it sort of hollowed out. And as you're flying in, you can hear the comms come over saying, "Welcome, the Elaine. You are authorized to land at the Skull, our high port. We will send over our welcome packet." And a welcome packet, a little video, is sent over. And the video has got this very sort of like there's a woman with her red hair braided like in a circle crest, all in black robes, and she smiles and she says, this little holographic video says, "Travelers, welcome to the Skull, the high port of Outrimer. If you are seeing this welcome message, it means that you have been authorized to dock at our high port. Only authorized ships are allowed downport. Any attempts to access the downport without authorization will result in the destruction of said ship without further warning. Should you have business in Blacksand City, please seek out a member of security who can arrange a broker to manage your business by proxy. We have very little trade here on Outrimer, but what trade there is can be found here on the Skull, including the offices of various mercenary companies. Here on the Skull, we wish to maintain a peaceful environment, so all visitors are advised to avoid causing offense and to maintain civilized, respectful, and polite behavior at all times. Please mind the laws of the Planetary Council, which hold sway in the Skull, or, if you are so privileged to gain permission to leave the Skull, Blacksand Upper City, and any parts of the lower city marked with red flags. These laws are very simple. No murder, no violence, no theft, no weapons fire, in short, no crimes at all. In addition, take no actions or speak no words that might offend the calm and tranquility of the city or of the Skull. In addition, no matter where you are on Outrimer, there is a complete ban on carrying any weapon that might breach our city's environmental containment seals for our safety and yours. The punishment for unacceptable behavior is immediate summary execution, carried out by the widows, of which I am one. You will recognize the widows by our long black robes. Please do not impede or bother the widows while on duty. If you do see a widow, she is on duty. Our port's datanet maintains irregular updates of all sentences handed out on a daily basis for your perusal, if that information is necessary for you, or if you happen to be missing any of your crew members. It is better to check our datanet than to disturb a widow. Enjoy your brief transit through the Skull of Outrimer. You are clear to dock. And the ship goes into the eye of this skull as you are brought into dock at the high port of Outrimer, the Skull. And as every bit of your ship is inspected and scanned, when you sort of land inside this lovely place, a widow waits for you outside as you disembark.
I will head out and head over to this widow.
And she says, she looks almost the same as the one in the video, but actually not exactly the same. You think this is a different person, but looks very similar. And she smiles, and she says, "Greetings, welcome to Outrimer, the Skull. What is your business here?"
Would I have like a cover of why I'm here? Would that have
You
been
are-
established?
You are in an official ship, so you have there's no, you've been given, they have no reason, they don't know why you're here, why you're not here, but you do know that the Gambler is probably not under its name, the crew's probably not under its name, but you know that you have images of them.
Okay.
Like, have you seen this person kind of a thing.
Yeah. And that's a good point. Do I know that they go by the Stone Jackal as well?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
No?
Yes, because the princess knows that, so you know it.
Okay. Okay. Yes, my business. I'm attempting to meet with extended friends aboard the Stone Jackal.
She thinks for a moment. I see. The Stone Jackal. One moment. Rest of the crew, I need you all. If you don't mind. I need you. It has been... Yes, yes. It's been about 3 or 4 days. You've been like working. You know you've got this dinner coming up the next night, and at this moment, I imagine you are all probably the evening, and you're probably back on the ship, your ship, because you cannot work all the time. And there is a ping on your ship. Someone, a widow, is standing in front of your ship.
What the hell? Okay,
Well, I can get it. The Harlock will go over and answer it.
Attention,
Captain?
there's a widow out front, everyone. I'm not sure what's going on. If we could get... Harlock's on... Never mind, Harlock's on it.
I'm sorry, darling. What did you need?
Captain Spike,
Mm-hmm.
as we speak, there is a ship called the Elaine with a crew complement, a captain named Golan Grin, an engineer Odeline St. Clair, passenger Dame Emelisa Graves, who is saying as we speak that they are friends of yours and they are coming to meet with you. Is that correct? Or are they unwelcome?
No, they are welcome. Send them over. We're meeting to see them here, of course.
I need to speak with Greenglass.
Of course. And the Harlock would go on to... I guess there would be a comm nearby.
Yeah.
And just punch it. Green glass! Green glass!
this is green. Oh, this is sorry. Yes, this is green. I'm not sure what's going on with this broken reception.
Green glass!
Green glass here, yes?
Yes, please come to the door.
Yes.
On my way, I'm not sure what happened there. I will make sure to fix these for you, Captain. Be there in a moment.
He's on his way.
As I finally... the door lowers.
She says, Greenglass, Officer Greenglass.
Yes.
You were the one who spoke so eloquently the poem of Twilight's Peak, which says to me that you are the keeper and holder of the credentials.
Yes, of course.
Do you authorize this ship to be given the credentials to land on the surface of our planet?
Which ship? I'm sorry.
The Elaine.
The Elaine what?
The Elaine is here. Here.
Yes. Yes, why not? Are they for us?
They sure are. They're here to see us because we were expecting them. Green glass. We were expecting them.
But of course, yes, of course. Why wouldn't we?
And I think the Harlock would look at the widow. I just can't share all information. Of course, that would be uncaptainly.
Greenlass, give me your hand.
Soda would step forward. Not menacingly, but to get close.
And she puts your hand on hers. She uses her mouth to take off her glove. It is a metal hand, it's all cybernetic. She says, you are taking responsibility for your charges. And like a small, claw steps out from one of the fingers, and she just pricks your finger.
My charges? Hold on, I sort of brush her and I stop her hand before she pricks my hand. My charges?
You are the keeper of the credentials.
Correct.
In which case, to transfer, you must take the oath that they are under your charge.
Yes, right. Of course. So you are to poke me with this.
Yes.
And then I take the blame and any responsibility of the Elaine.
Yes.
Fine. But before you do, I just let you
Yes.
know that I am not entirely the same genetic makeup as everyone else on the crew.
Green glass, why is that relevant?
Because if this is anything to do, I'm very sensitive to a lot of intravenous medication.
I will not be injecting any medication within you.
Okay, but does this also count as poison?
No.
As you were.
Records. And she pokes you, and you bleed a little bit. And you can see that she's got a bit on her claw, which she absorbs. You are now responsible for the ship and its inhabitants while it is here, and this ship will now be authorized from here until you remove authorization.
Wonderful.
She nods. And as she nods, up in the high port, the same woman says, "You are authorized to land at the downport. By the mountain is the words, may I have your hand?"
Of course. And she'll hand out her left hand.
And this same woman, she uses her mouth to pull off the glove, metal hand, small spike
Simultaneously at
comes
high
out.
port right now?
Yes, simultaneously.
Oh, cool. All right. Sweet, cool.
Simultaneously, they are
They're in the
clearly,
network.
Yeah,
they
They
are
might
in
be
the network.
cyborgs.
Yeah.
They might
I
be.
just
They might
didn't
be.
realize it was in two different places. All right, cool. Yeah. I
Oh,
thought it was
yeah,
somewhere
yeah.
else on the city. No, cool. That's really
Oh,
cool.
no,
All right,
no.
yep, love it.
They might be cybernetically connected to each other. And she pokes your finger so a little bit of blood comes out, and she absorbs it. And she says, "You are now the keeper of that qualification. You are allowed down port. We will..." One moment. She thinks,
The
and
future
data
Starlink.
comes through onto the ship's computer. "We've given you passage, and also the location of your low port berth. They're waiting for you. You have not deceived us. You are welcome.
Thank you.
Please know, do not deceive the widows."
Of course not.
And she steps away, and as she does, down below on the planet's surface, the other widow steps away and says, "The Elaine will be arriving shortly."
Wonderful, thank you.
She nods. And she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm being called away." And she just moves very quickly but very smoothly away from your port. Somewhere else on the city, a small team of widows kills about 5 people. And the Elaine flies down. And as it flies down, you hear, "You are being authorized. I need your codes, please."
Of course. By the mountain.
"I see. Thank you." And Gollin flies the Elaine down into this sort of like black dome which opens up, and it flies down in, and there is the Gambler. Gambler, the Elaine lands, and the
In our docking bay?
dome closes in your docking bay.
Interesting.
Gollin, by the way,
Is there a
opens
widow
the-
with us still?
the widow is gone. She leaves because
It's our responsibility to tell them the rules now.
Right.
Yeah, I think being near the door, Tharok would go ahead outside to meet up with the Elaine.
Gollin, by the way, is like, "Can we rest? Because by the way, you've had no like it's been like go
Yeah.
go 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 go. You've like just jump.
You've had a whole week of sleeping.
She's a week of
Yes,
sleeping.
please do. Please rest. Please take all the time you need.
And,
Thank you so much for getting me here.
He's always very damp, by the way, because he's got it like he's misted all the time. Because
And he has like vegetable misters in the cockpit.
he does.
It just
he
happens all
he
the
dries
time.
out, you know.
Yeah.
It was very humid. But
I think you hear
was
over
quite
the
pleasant.
comms when you're like in that cockpit. You'll hear over the comms.
Colin, I hope you have a good reason of being here. I'm not entirely sure why you would meet us here. How did you even know that we were here?
You have a new crew member with lots of information for you. But the princess
Crew
said
member,
that
I'll
this
be
is
the judge of that, Colin. What do you
well.
showed
I
up
just
with?
wait.
As the admiral, I would be the one who would then say yes to
I have
being your
news.
sort of crew members.
I have
You're
news for you.
pilot under the
Expeditionary
power
force.
and
Yes.
orders of the Drinaxian Navy, who I am the sole admiral of, I do not quite understand who gave you the authority to add more people and to then track us down on a secret mission.
I didn't. But I have news for you. I delivered. I delivered your engineer and your diplomat to number one, and things are going quite well there. They're beginning to work on
Very
the
proud of you,
space.
Colin. Thank you.
Oh,
Happy. I'm so happy now. Thank you.
there is a knives. They gave their best wishes, singing the praises of Drinax and the crew.
Thank you, Colin.
Oh,
What do you plan on doing here in this wonderful getaway of outrimer? What do we call this place?
Outrimer? Yes. Well, we have reports back from Assis. Also, do you have a new mission for the ship, Admiral?
I'm sure we'll think of something. You've got time, right? Now that you're here.
Yes.
Right. All right, I would like to meet this new crew member that you've so gracefully hired in my stead.
Oh, I didn't do it myself. It was I just following orders. Also, it's good to hear your voice, Admiral.
Yay. Whose orders?
The princess?
Oh, I wasn't aware. All right, very well. Boy, that is annoying. All right, thank you.
Oh,
And I
wait.
close the comms.
I think meanwhile, Harlock would have been outside while this is all happening when our new crew member disembarked.
Yeah, if you're still in the cockpit, you could see out the display or the cockpit display because it's not Windows. But you could see that like I am just talking into my like radio, and you could like see that like this person is their lips are moving, matching the obviously the radio broadcast as I'm sort of reaming out. Gollum. All right, that's it.
And by the way, then you get a little ping back, like Gollum sort of pings you back. This is Gollum. To the big A. The big A. To the big A.
Is that me?
Yes.
All right. Yes, a little G.
I like that. That's good.
I knew you would.
Thank you. Please tell the H. Yes. And also you, that I have missed having you on the ship, the Elaine.
I will make note of it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your subtlety is noted.
Yes. Little G out.
Yes, all right.
As like, and then I just say, Harlock, Gollum misses you on the ship.
And then Harlock would turn to the newest individual.
What do we
You.
see? What does our newest individual look like?
Yeah, so Emelisa is very plain. She's very non-distinct. She doesn't have any facial scars or freckles or moles or anything like that on her face or her neck. If you were to see her in a crowd, your eyes would just kind of glaze right over her. She does not stand out in any way, shape, or form. She's about 5'4".
Person.
Very average person, yes. She's about 5'4" with wavy mid-length brown hair. It's currently kind of pulled up, kind of half back out of her face. She's wearing all black, so black pants, boots, shirt, kind of like a leather jacket kind of thing. You would see she does have a corded leather bracelet that's dyed white on her left wrist. And then she also on both ears has, it's the most distinct thing about her, numerous piercings that are all copper colored. And then finally, at a belt around her waist, she has a SMG attached there and just hanging there. And she walks out and she is her whole stature is very relaxed, very calm. And she greets anyone who's there, just with a hello. My name is Dame Emelisa Graves.
What's your deal? Why are you here?
Meta knowledge, everyone. Copper worn means strength and strong boundaries. That's where I learned that from. Merch. All right, sorry. Anyway.
Merch.
Sorry, as you were. Back to the scene, sorry.
So what's your deal? Why are you here?
I was sent by the princess. I have information, a mission, news, quite a bit for the crew, actually.
Indeed. Well, come in then. And Harlock would just start going onto the ship.
She'll follow.
I'm aboard the Stone Jackal.
Which, by the way, just so you know, the Stone Jackal.
I am Quartermaster Greenglass.
It's got the holographic hull has been activated, so the ship itself no longer looks like the big, bold, brass, beautiful ship. It's this sort of matte black ship now because the holographic hull has sort of changed what it looks like visually. The paint job has changed, as it were. Shall we put it that way?
Okay.
And the eyes are now red.
They are. They're all red, right? And the eyes are they're not a structural weakness because they are still armored. It is like they are.
Yes, come aboard. I'm Quartermaster Comms Operator Greenglass, by the way.
And as Harlock walks on, would hit the intercom just ship wide. Everyone meets in the galley. We have a guest. Crew member, new crew member, and then just continues going.
And then
guest. So far, it's a guest.
As you walk into the ship, the way you come into the ship is through the hold itself. So you walk into the hold, and the hold is pretty full of a bunch of like crates. There are these silks and sort of trapeze work, all sort of like laying up, like sort of hanging from the top. You can see from the inside, which you could not see from the outside, this huge chunk of the Viridian gemstone, like 6-7 foot long, sort of built into the hold itself. There is a grebe that is there.
Just wandering.
Just wandering around this guy.
Yeah.
The grebe is like
a reptilian llama.
Yeah,
it's like a carnivorous llama.
Yeah, a carnivorous reptilian llama that also can
real
jump.
angry.
Very angry.
Throw you.
Yeah. And
in the eye.
what do you all look like for our new person?
Greenglass? Here.
Well. Greenglass is wearing usually what he's been wearing this season and last. He's wearing a vest that has been adorned with various medals. I think his admiral medal has probably been unpinned and is in his office.
There is on this vest also is a pin with a singed a lock of hair that also matches the Aslan aboard. And there is a wrist computer strapped to his arm. He has leather black gloves. And he's lacking eyebrows, and his hair is like his long, tall widow's peak is pulled back with his hair into like a tight ponytail, a tight bun, as he wears various layers of drapings, a lot like it's like put together Vesbexer noble armor, if that makes sense. There's a lot of layers for usually signifying not signifying anything, but for the necessity of warmth and shelter, but also he seems to be dripping with gold and gaudy jewelry, which then also indicates some sort of status within the Drinaxian world.
You know, before you describe the rest of it, we do have to go. So I'm going to say this. As you are sort of coming in, you're about to sort of see this motley crew, and we'll get our full descriptions next time.
I didn't realize what time it was. Sorry, I took so long.
I will say this before we make our way out. So if you've come in, the door shuts, and you're going to sort of walk through and see everybody. But there is a holographic person who looks like Val Morrissey pops up in front of you and says, "Excuse me, we've just gotten an invitation from Admiral Darokin to have dinner in an hour."
Who says this?
Admiral Darokin?
No. Who's giving us this?
It's Sue, but it's Val. It's Sal.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, it's the hologram of Val, Sal. Your ship's computer also, right?
Thank you, Sal.
Soda would just look over at the Harlock.
I think the Harlock would meet Soto's gaze and just really subtly and slowly shake her head no.
And he would nod his head yes.
That's where we're going to end it. We have a brand new crew member. You have an invitation by Admiral Darokin who wants to see you now, not later. And certainly
that's going to be a wacky dinner.
We will see what you all do. And you have a bunch of, you have some information to share, I think. And you have people to meet and see things to do, but that is where we're going to end it. So let's do our outro, shall we? Let's go around and say who you are, where we can find you. And you've got some, and then, give some love.
Oh, what were those noises, Troop?
Lindy, it's because here's the thing. It's because I was like, I know what creepy people are doing creepy things, and there's things happening that you're gonna talk to. I'm just really excited. Basically, I'm just really excited. I'm just really excited.
Very excited.
I'm so scared.
Yeah.
I'm the same.
And I'm laughlovelindy.
Nice.
Hi. Love first. My love. I loved Severance and Quint being paperwork buddies, essentially. All right, let's go find the people to sell things to. And we'll do all the admin, and we'll make sure the books are taken care of, and just all that. I just like that they're now that he's less convinced that I'm a spy. We're actually getting more stuff done, and I love that. And I think it's great. I'm so excited for this weird bonding because I think they're more similar than they realize, and I love to see it. And then I loved the Harlock and Soto just being freaking badasses in that restaurant, just super chill. Talk with this lady walking up. It's like, oh yeah. And of course, all my love for Nuggetasaurus all the time, forever. And my love is that I don't have to do her a segue for her because I'm not jamming, and so thus she is spared. That's my love for Nugget. And my love for Trooper is the Blacksand's widows just freaking taking people out all the time.
They do.
Just nonchalantly behind the scenes or not so behind the scenes. I'm sorry for terribly sorry for the disturbance. Dinner's on us.
Yeah.
Just being like, oh gosh, okay. I loved it. I hope that there being some sort of super dope, like cyborg hive mind. I don't know. I'm into it. I could, if Quint hadn't been picked up by this crew, possible career path. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
You could become a, there's a
we
little
can
more.
leave you here. We could always leave you here, Quint.
No, I think Quint would rather be with the crew now. But if you never picked them up. But you can find me online at laughlovelindy, Twitch, YouTube, etc. You can find me next Sunday night on my channel, Troopers channel, and some other channels. We're co-streaming for some Rogue Trader for Roleplay Reflect, where I am the Rogue Trader, and I'm weird. So if you want to see, if you think I'm weird here, no. If you want to see real weird, I'm going to see how weird I can make it. That's part of my goal. It's like, how weird and awful can I be? So that's gonna be Sunday. And then on Tuesday night on my channel, you can find me and Nuggetasaurus doing some Ghosts of Saltmarsh, where I will be GMing there, and they've got a heroes feast. Well, not like heroes feast, a feast for heroes, because they're the heroes of Saltmarsh now. And I'm sure that nothing bad will happen. And I've also made a map of their house, which means I'm sure nothing bad will happen there either. So that's me. Thank you so much.
Speaking of nothing bad happening, ever, and somebody who might also have a message from the princess to be delivered, Rocket Fox, who are you? Where can we find you next and give some love?
I think that's going to be great. That's going to be great, especially since I did notice the princess mentioned that all of them are unmarried. So that's interesting news.
Well,
sure that's going to be a real fun message.
You were not present, so the prince could not announce his marriage to you because you were not present for him to announce you to court. So you're technically married, but the court doesn't know it yet because you were not present, which screwed him up real bad, actually.
These are hard times. But that being said, hello, it is I, Rocket Fox, your second favorite person, and if you want to find me, look here again, and you'll see me there. But aside from that, you can follow me in all the places. If you look up Rocket Fox, I will be there. These days, mostly just sharing my tattoos that I'm doing, artwork, random nonsense. And yeah, you can also spin around 3 times, say my name, go upside down, and I will appear behind you when you least expect it. But then disappear again right before you turn around.
Nice.
And as far as love, so Lindy, this wasn't as much seen by our wonderful chat tonight, but what you all missed is that in the green room beforehand, Lindy has so many clever thoughts and ideas. And
have my conspiracy board, and I'm sitting
the
here
conspiracy
with
board
hat,
the red yarn was going in every which direction, and it was amazing. But it's all stuff that makes sense too, right? And it's just really cool to see. Some people may have felt it was a little bit of fishing, but it's really cool to see how your strategic mind works in these moments and the kind of things you come up with. It's so much fun, and I don't think you're wrong. You can mark me on that right now. So yes, and then for Chord, Severence is just, I never get tired of the quips.
Oh, so good.
The way he just is with everyone, and then being able to adjust to any situation as need be, like if it's a serious moment, if it's just the Blacksand's widow coming through and new people coming, and with the pilot and such. Always love it. It is a joy to behold. And then Greg, I super appreciate the attention to detail that you have, especially mentioning when they're walking around, oh, you'll notice that Soto painted these extra lines on his face so he is hidden from facial recognition, which on the one hand, are you throwing things out there so that Trooper cannot later come back and use these against you in unexpected and scary ways?
Maybe. Can always use everything against people in unexpected and scary ways. Are you kidding?
But I feel like you are always thinking
not
of that.
Facial recognition with Soto. You can't
not
do that.
Not that time. And I feel like you're always thinking all sorts of jumps ahead, and it's cool to see in those little moments. And then Nugget, this is our first time playing together, I do believe, and probably crossing paths. So it is a pleasure to have you here. It was super cool to watch your interaction with Princess, and I'm really excited to see what happens and what sort of wild nonsense that this super normal looking person's going to get up to. So super thrilled and stoked about that. And then Trooper, of course, just you are always keeping such like a lush world around us and NPCs and all of that, and like just so different, so unique and distinctive, all of them. It is always so much fun and such an honor to play. And then, of course, Chat for joining us and being so active and giving us ideas and things like that. It is such a joy to have you here as well. That is me.
We also need a title, Chat, for today's episode. Speaking of people who are me, obviously, if there's somebody who's definitely me, it is Greg. Greg, who are you? Where can we find you? Because we like the same music. We also look exactly the same way. And give some love.
That's right. Yep.
Hey everybody,
people
my
confuse
name's
us all the
Greg.
time.
All the time.
I can see
Hey everybody, my name's Greg, Warp Reactor over on YouTube. If you want to hang out and watch some sci-fi shit, see me over there. My love is for absolutely everybody all the time, including Chat, obviously Trooper, all my fellow players. But tonight especially, it's for Nuggetasaurus, who is coming into, in many ways, coming into this with the amount of information that we've had through 7.5 seasons, or, where we are right now. It's almost like, hey, do you like pickles? Yeah, I sure like them. Okay, then we're going to put you into a pickle barrel and we're going to hammer that fucker shut. So you're just going to be stuck and there's all this shit. You like it now? You like information? You like, oh my God, you're just absolutely inundated. And, but you handled it like a champ. And again, there's just so much information. And the one thing I absolutely love, a little bit of extra love for Trooper, is there's no such thing as training wheels in a Trooper campaign. There's no such thing as dipping your toe in to see how the water is. There's none of that shit ever. You are in the world when you are in the world. And that's that. And that's what I love about playing in this game, because no matter what, I know that every Friday night I can hang out with the academic foxhole Chat, all these awesome players, this great GM. Now I have Nuggetasaurus, and I get to dive into the pickle barrel myself, and I don't have to come out for a couple hours. And by God, is it fun. Slightly stinky sometimes, but fun. And that's me.
Oh, speaking of fun, and somebody who might, look, I just want to say, Greg, I'll tell you later. I want to say, Cord, you are also fun. And who are you? Where can we find you? Give some love.
Good save. Anyway, hi, it's me, Cord. You can find me here on Fridays. You can also find me twitch.tv/mythematic, where I don't do anything just yet, but I'll be back to it, I guess, maybe soon at some point. But right now I'm doing a lot of blacksmithing and just like getting ready for winter and planning things and then not doing them because I have ADD. But this love tonight goes to Nugget. Hi, nice to meet you. Haven't ever interacted until you were like, okay, I'm nervous, bye, here we go. And then I was like, all right, great. Well, we're going to send you a bunch of gifts and be supportive in the chat. Here we go. And that was it. So I can't wait to like learn more about you and play and get to tell the story. I'm so excited. So yeah, I'm really excited to learn more about the character. In game. I'm also very excited to learn more and to play more with you. So I'm just very happy and excited for that. I want to try my best to keep it short because I know people have to go tonight, and I'm failing at that. So I'm stopping now.
By the way, Cord,
yes?
because of both of y'all's really good roles, there is somebody out there who's willing to offer you a job for money. Just don't let me forget.
Oh, right. I did want to let. I know people have to go, but chat. Don't let me forget, and YouTube. Don't let me forget that I would like to acquire a ship before we leave this city. I have plans, and I have a one-man heist I'm going to try to do, but don't let me forget to do that.
Possible. Things are possible.
I've already told Trooper, was like, you can't do that. And I was like, oh, yeah? Watch
me. Well,
it
depends on how you do it, right? Like some things you can do, some things you can't do, some things you can.
I'll be claiming salvage rights on an abandoned ship that is going to be left alone in someone's undocked harbor master fees for the cargo pods. That's all. It's going to be easy. And we will be claiming a salvage and fly away with it. It'll be great. Kirsch can have a ship.
You're gonna just need some
I'll just make a roll for it right now.
computers rolls in there. That's
Oh darn. Reese?
well, I mean, there's gonna be you need some computer hacking, some forgery.
We'll be fine. Yeah, we got it.
Speaking of computer hacking and forgery, Nugget, our brand new crew member. So happy to have you here. Who are you? Where can we find you? And please give some love.
Yeah, hi, I'm Nugget. You can find me here now, which I'm very excited about. You can also find me every other Tuesday on Lindy's channel for our Ghost Assault March campaign, which I also love and adore, and I'm very nervous about this feast. It's not like my daughter's going to be there or anything. Not worried about that at all.
It's fine. She's got a great role model.
Yeah, yep. My love is just for you guys as a group. Thank you so much for welcoming me. You guys were so nice, and I was so nervous, and I appreciate all the gifts that I got in chat. Thank you so much. I am super excited to be here. I'm super excited to interact with you guys both as players and characters, and I'm so excited.
I'm excited too. So I'm troopersjp, and I've been the GM for these shenanigans. You can find me in terms of RPGs on Sunday, right? 8 p.m. for Roleplay Reflect on my channel, Lindy's channel, Wandering GM's channel, and then also High Shelf Collective's channel. There'll be our first play session of our In Space that, Nugget was on for the last one, so come and join us for that. And then you will also find me next Friday in terms of RPGs here for the next session 8 of this moment. I'm just going to say a couple of things. 1, 8 million, a whole bunch of humans. I did say billion, and it is billion. A whole bunch of refugees who need a place to stay.
For each of them can give us 1 credit. We'll be fine.
Oh, I don't think they have that kind of money. But
that kind of money, it's 1 credit.
They've been enslaved. But the thing is, there'll be that will. I'm just so glad. I am so glad that we have an Aslan on the ship as crew member right now. That is very, very exciting. It is really cool. It's very good because that changes a whole bunch of really neat things in like really cool ways. Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited. So I can't wait for you to sort of pull in a couple more other things in there for you to have dramatic excitement and give two Aslan. And I'm really excited for what you're all going to do because you have the opportunity to get like, I don't know, quite a few ships maybe. Who knows what you'll get. That said, I want to give my love to Cord because I know Cord's going to give me a really cool plan to go and commandeer a ship. I'm excited for it.
Commandeer, claim.
I'm excited. Claim salvage. I really appreciate the ways in which Greg interacted with that woman, the Aslan woman, who was like, who are you? Let's check you out. All right. Just like, hey, fellow Aslan, just good vibe. I'm very glad for Emelisa Graves to come in as your new censor op, and love the cool, nondescript, not at all scary business that's happening at all in any ways. Love to Lindy, of course, for I liked the whole thing. Everybody was so great. But my friends, we have got to go. I will catch you all of you. Oh, wait. I have one last thing I have to do or else I'm a bad person.
And then we're going.
Then we're going. I have to read out our messages.
Perfect.
So we got 100 bits from Pope World Build who says, stay safe. Yeah. Long may the Stone Jackal fly free. Y'all are going to get that million credits. I know it. And you're going to get your transponder. I'm so excited for it. We got 500 bits from Hawkeye who says, more time with antagonists. Time to buy, time to sell, time to make the GDCO rep hand over all their Tablasto sauce and Starbeam chocolate milk. Gotta have it all. Yeah, GDCO might show up yet again later, And then we got a leet tip, $13.37 from Janitor Prime who says, will they find honor among thieves? They might.
That's
probably not from Peter Vallis. Oh. And then Other Doc gave us 100 bits who says, congratulations on your new crew member. I adore this game. It's always a delight. I also adore this game. And also just, Gollengrin was so happy to see Severence and the Harlock since they had a whole time together and he was happy to see them. So my friends, I'm also, by the way, just side note, I'm also really happy to sort of bring up some of the things that Val and Tarek had been up to. And because everything that you all built is still happening in the universe. Just so you all know, those things are all happening. And that's all I got to say. You all are lovely. And we'll catch you all on the flip side, everybody. Bye.